I think we're live.
Let's go.
We're live.
We are.
I think.
We're live. I just want you to be specific, you know?
Welcome to
Yeah.
Blackwater
Welcome
D&D,
to Blackwater
where we
D&D,
can't
where we-
decide what a sandwich is.
We're arguing about whether something's a wrap or a burrito. Tim, I believe you had the floor.
So a burrito can only have a tortilla, but not all tortillas have to be burritos. You can have a wrap with a tortilla that is
So-
not a
Hold
burrito.
So
Hold
what, Tim?
Hold on.
Mhm.
I need to hear Lennon's take on this. Lennon?
It
Move.
It did move a little bit. That was so
point.
weird.
Astonishing
Team,
point.
it's haunted. That little face is haunted.
The white
Heard it
plate
here
is
first.
haunted.
That is evidence.
Someone clip that. We need to check that back.
That's not blurry,
creepy.
like fucking
Okay.
ghost hunters bullshit. We all saw that. It moved.
I think
That
it's only held up with a toque. So,
So
Yeah, but it responded to my
Then we-
question.
But we need a stronger
Because a
ghost
wrap-
barrier.
You could have a wrap. You could have with a pita. You could have it with some other kind of flatbread.
But what I'm asking, Tim, is
Uh-huh.
please describe to me what you put inside of a tortilla that makes you, Tim, say that's a wrap, but it's not a burrito.
It's how it's wrapped.
Ooh.
So you're saying that as long as it's
If
wrapped
it's open,
the right
if
way,
it's open on one end,
okay,
my friend, that is not a burrito.
yeah, for sure. We can agree on that for sure.
Closed.
Burritos
if
are
it's
closed.
closed,
Yeah.
that's a burrito.
So the
I feel like
last,
there would be
like,
some abuelas out there who would be having some issues with you.
I just want to know, like, you're saying that whatever you put inside of it, as long as it's wrapped right, it's a burrito.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh,
100%.
That's
Pizza
why you can have
burrito,
sushi burritos.
macaroni burrito, sushi
Yeah.
burritos, whatever you want.
The New Experience Network wants to know, what about an open-faced burrito? And I want to let you know that that's not a thing.
That's thin sliced
That's
pizza.
not-
Are you talking about huevos rancheros?
those are nachos, I think.
That's a nacho. That's one
that's
nacho.
nachos. That's nachos.
Guys,
Just
how
like
big
pizza is just a big nacho.
what's the biggest nacho you can commercially buy? Like, because I
biggest
know you
plate
can
of
get those
nachos?
like hard shell taco shells, which is basically one big nacho. But I want a real big one.
So you're
And
saying
I
just-
saw
not one.
I saw someone make a nacho, which is from Kim Possible. Jen knows what the fuck I'm talking about, which is like nachos, but also a taco at the same time. And they look fucking delightful. Please go look them up online, nachos. They're delicious. They look
Hey,
very
gang,
good.
Are we all really hungry or really anxious?
I think we're
about
really
How
anxious.
this session is gonna go.
Well, now I'm hungry. I was
'Cause
not
I
hungry
feel
when we
like-
started.
I am anxious.
Now
I'm
I'm
not
hungry.
hungry. I ate a bunch of curry for dinner. I am not hungry.
I was just saying, I'm neither. I'm just having a White Claw, and as such, am prepared to fight the implications of food.
Tim, you actually can't make him roll for shit because he's drinking a White Claw.
No
Need
loss.
no
That
No loss,
serves
no
the
When you're
loss.
drinking
rules.
the claws.
I do-
Go ahead, Sean.
I do just want to say, because I know we're going to get into the intro in a second here, but I have never felt so much like a Jesus take the wheel situation as right now, where I'm like, I just don't know what's going to happen. I have low confidence in my personal ability to get through this. Like just praying for a miracle at this point. Jesus Christ, take the wheel.
Nepisica, take the wheel, please.
Yana, take the reins. I take Yana.
I can't. I got
over
no
Nessie.
spell slots.
And with that, let's roll that
Let's
intro.
roll that clip.
Roll it.
Ba-da-da-doom, ba-da-da-doom, yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're stuck in quarantine and there's nothing on TV, come on down, come and see Blackwater D&D.
And we're back.
We're back.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna get into some announcements. Jen, was there something you wanted to shout out before we get into announcements?
Yeah, shout out to Dungeon Master's Diary, Cody in the chat, giving away some gift subs and resubbing. Thank you, friend.
Oh,
Thanks,
thank you,
Cody.
friend. And speaking of which, if you have not checked out the behind the screen from last week,
Oh,
Cody of Dungeon Master's Diary was just what a treat of a guest, and we're very excited that he came. And hopefully, you'll see him sometime again. And please give him a follow on Twitch because they're going to be premiering their show, The Arcanum, in a couple weeks, and it's going to be amazing. Okay. We are doing announcements. Where is my announcement sticky note? Okay, great. A big thank you to our sponsors, Legendcraft, a nerdy woodworking company from Calgary, and Silverwing Armory, paper products for all your RPG needs. Check them out, and if something, tickles your fancy, enter the code Blackwater at checkout for a discount. Legendcraft also has a new Kickstarter right now. They're part of the Make 100 campaign, and they're making D2s, which are like a coin flip, that double as an 8-space tracker for whatever you need. So type !Legendcraft to get in on the action through our exclusive Blackwater link. And if you haven't joined Legendcraft's Discord, you need to go do that. And I'll talk about Discord in a second, but they release cool shit on their Discord, and you need to go follow it because it's so amazing. Love as always to our dice goddess Keisha at Fairy Dragon Dice. Her commissions are likely open, so you should go DM her for all your clickety-clackety needs because she's the most wonderful dice artist ever, and we love her. And our amazing artist, the incomparable Tiana Kovacevic, you can find her at miss._Marston on Instagram. All of our official art for this campaign is done by her, and you should get art done by her too. Her commissions, I believe, are open, so get in there before they close again. She takes a very limited number of spots per month. Speaking of Discord, our Discord is the lovely, amazing place. Type !Discord to find a link and come hang out. But while we're streaming, hang out with us here in the Twitch tab because all the cool kids are here. Also, round 1 of the Gravelies has closed, and I will be updating round 2 of the Gravelies this weekend. So round 2 is going to be nominating a couple of all of the things for the categories. So if you have anything that you feel applies to the category, you can throw it up in the chat. There will be instructions in there under the Gravelies. So please go join our Discord because all of the voting will take place through there. All of that good stuff. A big thank you to folks who subscribe to us. Don't forget to re-up your subscriptions as they don't often roll over every month. We also have a coffee. If you'd like to support our show above and beyond, type !Donate to head on over there. We're also just so thankful to have you here, showing up week after week, telling your friends about the show. It's truly wonderful, and we're grateful. It's awesome. You know what else is awesome? Lore Club. Want to get involved in chronicling the history of our beginning of our campaign to now? Our amazing mod, the New Experience Network, has a fantastic community lore project that I get so excited about every time I see it. It's the best. Type !Lore, and you'll find a link to a Google form to get in contact with him and join in the fun. Programming this week, Monday, as always, we are back with Chatwater, joined by Matt as he's our guest for the Elemental Chaos arc. We got through 3 sessions of lore last week, and we will get through at least 3 again.
I do want to say that I just love that it was originally Matt's going to be here for 1 session. Now he's here for the whole arc.
He's here for the arc, yeah. And then after this arc, he's gone. That's it. So this week we will be discussing our trek from leaving Faway Tavar and on the way to Ulfreen. We'll talk about our first time in the Earth Elemental Plane, the very first time there, and you'll also see a little bit more of some of the relationships in the party. We may talk a little bit about the first Callie and Kamea bits. We'll talk about a little bit more Neppy and Kokanee. It'll be amazing. So please come hang out with us Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Next Wednesday, Jen and Len and myself are back for character development. We will be talking, taking questions, dishing advice, and then I'll be doing a tarot reading for Yana with the Adventurer's Tarot deck from Weirdworks. So if you want to submit questions for us to answer, do you have something that you would like some extra advice on about D&D, life, or anything else? Type !Survey in the chat, and it'll take you to our anonymous survey, and it'll be awesome, and we would love to have you there. It's a very wholesome place, so please come hang out with us. It's delightful. Also, we're back on Saturday, of course, for our main campaign. Now, 2 amazing show updates and things that I have been waiting to announce, but today is the day. So first off, February 24th is this month's monthly one-shot, and we are getting ready to party. We're going to party hard because in celebration of Len's birthday, we are running an all-party paladin one-shot. Tim and Len are homebrewing the Oath of the Party. So we will be a group of party paladins off to on a quest to just have a really good time and have a very fun time. I came up with my character the other night, and he's a treat. I'm very excited for you all to meet him. So that will be February 24th, which is a Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, our normal time. And then, wowza, I am as excited about like this as I was about the charity stream, maybe even a little bit more because I get to be involved in this one. So if y'all remember back in October, we had Alan from the Wagadu Chronicles come and join us on Chatwater. And we dished about all things Wagadu. If you don't know what the Wagadu Chronicles is, go Google it like right now. It is a Afrocentric D&D 5th edition campaign setting that is one of the most beautiful fucking things I have ever seen in my life. It is unreal. It was a Kickstarter back in October, and they were like stupidly funded. It was amazing. They've been picked up by Riot Games because they're also doing an MMO RPG game online that is very, very cool. And very, very vaguely, Sean and Yanis and Alan and myself chatted about potentially doing a one-shot on our channel. And so we're making that happen. So we are running a Wagadu one-shot here on our channel, and Alan is going to be DMing, of course. So the creator of the game is going to be DMing for us. I am going to be playing in it, which I'm really, really excited about. And our cast. Our cast is going to be just a couple folks that you might know about. TJ Storm, B. Dave Walters, two amazing cosplaying ladies, Alicia Marie and Brianna DeCoster, who is Utame Cosplay. Just like, holy shit. We had our session 0 on Friday, and man, I'm fucking pumped. It is going to be such an amazing, amazing session. It's such a beautiful, beautiful game. We're all really, really excited to play. So please come hang out with us. That will be our March 1 shot, and I will not shut up about it. Like, I'm literally probably every week going to be like, just remember, it's coming. So that's the BlackwaterDnD hosting the Wagadu Chronicles. We're so excited about it. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. And I guess one other kind of, small-ish announcement. In June, Tim and I will be having another little dungeon delver join the campaign. So, we're expecting a baby. It's very exciting. Now I can freely move around. I've been not moving around past here for the last couple months because I am very big. So we're really excited about that. There will be obviously some changes in programming because Tim and I will be off doing the parenting thing, but stay tuned for all that kind of good stuff. And now you just get to watch me just roll around and be a giant pregnant lady for the rest until June. So that's great.
We have some amazing stuff planned
Yes.
for while we're away. That is going to be very, very exciting when we announce it. We're cooking up some real cool. But
rest assured, there will be a point where we do come back to the main campaign because there is literally no way you could keep me away from D&D for, a very long extended period of time after parenting stuff. So thanks so much, guys. We're so grateful to be doing this with you week after week. And whether you're new tonight or whether you've been with us for ages, thank you so much for your support. Hanging out with us here at our table is something that, having you folks here is something wonderful that we get to do week after week. We hope you feel so welcome here. So let's play some fucking Dungeons & Dragons. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So for those of you just joining us tonight, last week, Blackwater continued to explore the mage Halora's residence, the Iron Lyceum, debating the wizard's intentions and trying to find their friend Limerick. Having to fight off a burying golem and a swarm of clockwork beetles, they pushed ahead into some kind of arena-like room. There, they pushed a button, triggering a large door-like portal to appear and a horned devil engaging them in combat. The button also revealed a keyhole in what had appeared to be a smooth stone archway, and another door was discovered leading to some kind of bath holding a pinkish white liquid. However, after a trap was triggered and disarmed, the liquid turned to a pale green. From there, they discovered a heavily magnetic room containing a prisoner with a shriveled black hand. The prisoner was behind both a ring of iron and a ring of salt, and held by thick iron chains to the wall of this very magnetic room. After that, you continued on out of that portal and found yourselves back in the foyer. And that is where we will pick up.
Woof. The foyer looked like how we left it, all the books burned up?
You see, as it looks as though the books are, the bottoms of the books are there. It looks as if they are slowly reforming on the shelves.
Okay.
As you come through, the portal closes behind you and the fountain returns to normal, empty.
We haven't gone through the saltwater portal,
No.
but I want to go through that fire portal in the living room. Although
in the parlor.
in the parlor, although if I'm being real and our goal is to find Limerick, it's probably unlikely that you bring the prisoners through the parlor.
Well, put it this
Unless
way,
you
there are
knock them
four.
out.
There are four portals that we know exist, but that we haven't gone through. There is one here off the foyer, of course, the saltwater. Off the parlor, there's the one through the fire, and then off the attic, there is the hatch that we didn't go down. That blue portal at the bottom of the hatch. Also, back in the training area where we fought the devil. There is a door that Kokini couldn't open with time. There was no time to pick the lock.
We need a key.
Yes. Also,
To be fair, he didn't attempt to pick the lock.
Right, because it closed. Also, we got shut off the door after the room with the lava in it. We couldn't go back. And I know there were things in there that we wanted to look at, but we didn't get a chance to. So if we're looking for Limerick,
It's either we do the saltwater or we go through the fire. But as much as I want to see what a wizard keeps behind their secret fire door, I think we got to do saltwater.
but there has been very little. There has been some logic to it, but very little at the same time. Because go ahead, Yana.
If I was designing a place to keep people away from the things that I found really precious, I probably wouldn't design it very sensically either.
All right.
Why
You
make
talked
it
me
make
into it.
sense?
Let's go to the fire. Hell yeah. Don't step on the bear. If these have re-triggered, then the bear is probably re-triggered. Any
Yes.
room we go to, we must assume, has rearmed.
Yes, of course. Right, and so it is now around 11
Mhm.
o'clock
AM?
p.m.
Oh,
we still
that's-
have about 17 hours before
Oh,
we
that's
had
plenty.
of our 24. But
No, isn't it close to? It's close to midnight.
I thought you said it was 11 o'clock when we
Yeah,
got
11
back into the
p.m.
I've had to
Yeah.
recast
Oh,
Mage
yeah,
Armor
yeah.
for a separate reason, so I'm good. But
Mhm.
letters.
Oh
and
yeah, I'll
Kokanee.
cast Mage Armor
Yeah,
probably.
because you guys went into the portal during the day, into the lake in the
no,
evening.
that's what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
it was like 4:30 and it's now 11 o'clock. We've been in here for about 7 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does my sending stone work in this room?
It does. Yep.
Major.
Hey, this is the one room we know is in a portal. We just fell into this one.
Yes.
Mhm.
Should we check in every room if we're on the same plane, just in case for if we need to get out?
I don't want to bother Kamea.
That's true. That's true.
I do.
It's your wife.
All right. Shall we try and go back and navigate that?
Are we going through the fire?
Might as well.
Don't touch that. Look out for retrievers, because we fought
Yes.
one of those in there, and watch out for that bear. All right, here we go. Wine on the flask. I mean,
All right.
On
So
the
you pour the
spout.
wine on the flask, and you see it kind of sprays out into that kind of familiar sort of dark red door.
What if it takes us to a different room?
Idea.
As you walk through.
I cast the bonfire before I go, just like on the floor, Not near any of the books.
All
Big
right.
chimney. It should be fine.
And you find yourself walking through, and you arrive in a familiar chamber. You're once again in the parlor, and you can see the ornate sitting room chamber with the warm hearth, and the beautiful polar bear rug is still there. You can see that it all seems like nothing has been disturbed as it was before when you left. And you can see the decanter on the table between the two chairs with the 4 glasses.
I slash it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see one thing has reset. You see that the shelf has the bookshelf has moved
Right.
back over where the portal is over there.
Have the glasses. Sorry. Because I'm assuming we didn't put them all perfectly back.
Yeah,
where
they
they were
seem
laid
to
out.
be in the same place where you first entered the room. They seem to be like that. They're empty as well.
Hmm.
Okay. You splash some onto the thing. You see the fire kind of roar to life, and then you see like kind of a fire portal appear.
Through we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you walk through, you feel yourself kind of hit almost like the top stair as you pass through the portal, and you realize you're kind of walking downstairs. You feel Callie as you start coming down the stairs. It is very magnetic in this room, as it's difficult to move down these stairs. And at this point, you're like, it's been a long day. You're already exhausted. It's like, anytime it's really magnetic, you're really starting to feel it. If you stay in here too long, or if you're moving around too long, you probably will become more exhausted. As you head down the small kind of stone stairs, it's a fairly narrow passageway down. It goes down maybe about 20 feet, this kind of narrow staircase. And you come into a small stone chamber. It's probably about maybe 15 feet wide and kind of a semicircle shape. And you can see on the far side, there is a desk that's just kind of, it's more like a table. It's like a workbench kind of table. But you can see there is a chair kind of pushed in. And you can see on the desk, sort of the chairs in the center, and then on either side, there are glass cubes. You can see 2 on each side. They're about 1 foot by 1 foot, kind of sitting on the desk.
And that's
Checking
it.
for traps.
Yeah, you can also see on the
With guidance.
right-hand
Sean.
side, there is another door.
Oh, fun. Not a portal, but a door.
Mhm.
Oh, my word.
Check for traps if you like.
With guidance.
Oh, that's very
I
good.
will
That's a
also
29.
I will
29?
also check for traps, but
Okay, yeah, sure.
probably won't be better than that. Mine's 20. Yeah.
20. You take a look around, and you don't see any traps. You do see there does appear to be some like a sigil in front of each glass cube, but it doesn't necessarily look like some of the other, like an arcane trap that you've seen before. It seems like just like a singular, it's almost like carved onto a small stone square in front of it. And you can see there is like kind of a faint sort of yellowish light to each one. And they, like, the runes, you're not sure exactly what they are. They actually more resemble numbers. And you can see inside the glass cube, there is kind of almost like a mist sort of swirling around.
Anything in the desk?
It's open underneath. There's no
Oh.
drawers.
Any
What?
chair?
Yeah, there's the chair in the center.
Oh.
What do you think she does in here?
Can I Arcana check these sigils?
Sure.
To see if they.
Can
Make an
I-
Arcana check. Yep. You
Can I
as
look
well.
at the cube?
Guidance to Yana.
You can see this. The sigils are kind of right in front of the cube.
13. I got nothing.
I rolled so poorly. It was Arcana, right?
Mhm.
15.
Yeah, you can see that they are connected. Like the
Oh, sorry,
stone
with guidance. It's
squares kind of go right up against
16.
the glass. But you're not exactly sure. Like, you can tell there's some magic, but you're not exactly sure what kind of magic it is.
I mean, we could I could borrow a javelin. We could poke them and see what comes of that.
Do we need to touch them?
We don't need to. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Is there any chance that there are people in these things? Is this a tiny little prison with a tiny little person in it? That's a wild guess.
Right. They could also be portals themselves.
Mhm.
Can I go take a look at the door, Tim?
Yeah. You can see the door is this it's kind of a simple iron door. You can see there is no keyhole. It's just a like a handle.
Maybe through that door will give us some context for these cubes.
We can always, we can try to come back. There's no guarantees. Do we want to touch them?
I don't want to touch them. I see no indication that they are dangerous. Maybe
You said
everybody.
those are numbers rather than glyphs or anything
Yeah,
like
is
that?
it like a 1-2, Tim?
It looks like the way that like the first, it's almost like if you imagine like Roman numerals, like that's kind of the vibe that it's giving. You can see the same symbol repeated twice and then 3 times, and then the fourth one is slightly different. But
Is it in language, or is it kind of her own shorthand, like Meiji shorthand?
you're not sure. His best guess is it's numbers, mostly
Right.
just because of the pattern.
Right.
Not necessarily recognizing the
I'd
language.
I'd like to write down in a corner of my spell book the sigils as best as I can in case it's a code for later.
I'm gonna poke him with the stick.
Resistance.
Everybody,
I'll stand right beside you.
far southern. Thank you, Callie. Poke. I'm gonna poke the one closest to the number 1.
You poke the glass. Nothing seems to happen. You kind of tap on the sigil. Doesn't seem to. You just hear the kind of clinking of metal.
Now I shall touch it with my finger.
Okay.
I go over and I place a finger on the cube.
Okay. So as you lay your finger on it, you feel the
Here we
kind
go.
of warmth in your hand. You kind of feel like a warmth in the stone, and you see the first one kind of swirl, and you see inside the cube, you see what looks like a very simple but kind of elegant room. You can see there's a beautiful bed, as well as kind of a dresser and a vanity. There's a wash basin kind of nearby, and a nightstand. You can see there's like a little oil lamp, and you can see there is a figure lying in the bed.
Do we recognize that figure?
You do not. It appears to be female. You can see she looks like she's probably in her 20s, maybe mid to late 20s. You can see her skin is kind of a darker olive. She has kind of lightish, almost like silvery pink hair, kind of like laid out on the pillow behind her. You can see her hands kind of up at her sides, and she's wearing just like a simple sleeping gown.
If I tap the glass, does she react?
Tap the glass, nothing seems to happen.
Okay, my first guess, when we activate these, that door leads to them. But everybody get a good look at her.
Does it look like the mask, Tim?
No, it does not. Or this face has much softer features.
Did we get a description of all the names are gone in my head?
Kindry?
Yeah, Limerick's beloved. I'm gonna touch the other one. He's gonna be in it. I let go of the first one. I'm not gonna touch them both at the same time. I touch the other one.
You touch the second one, and you see another similar room, a little bit more sparse, but a bed and a vanity. There's a writing desk in this one, and a small water basin, but that's it. It seems to be empty.
Are they security? Is this her ability to look in on individuals that she has kept in here?
Probably. I'm gonna go back, touch the first one, and then I say we open that door, because maybe since we're touching it, we'll open it up into the room we're looking into. Yeah?
Are there only 2?
There's 4 glass cubes.
Oh, there's 4? Oh, you
4.
know I'm touching number 3, but not
3?
touching number 1 at the same time.
3 appears to be the same as 2, similar kind of room, empty. 4 seems to just be an empty stone room.
That's my guy.
Does it look like does it like, because I saw Limerick in a stone room, anything? Does it like, is it pinging anything for me?
It looks somewhat similar, but
Okay.
not in the same room that you saw him last. He was in a different room the last
He was
time.
in a metal room, wasn't he? Metal
Mhm.
flooring. Well, if that was Limerick's room, these are cells of some description.
So do we think the girl is Kindry?
I think that's our best guess at this point.
Perhaps.
I kind of want to open door number 4 first, though, just in case he might have, left a little clue for when we come by. Because I'm saying this is where they kept him.
I don't know if I want to walk into a cell that will probably not have a portal out.
Oh.
That's a good point, Kelly.
Well, I mean, we've got access to the door. We won't all go in the cell. We'll just sort of poke our heads in, maybe.
You've got to walk through it to get through it.
And there's nothing in there. All right. Well, we definitely want her. We want pink. Her name. She got pink hair, right?
Yes.
Yeah, on the
We
pillow.
have-
Kind of like silvery pink hair.
Silvery pink. I mean, presuming that's Kindry, we want to bust her out because that's, one piece of the puzzle.
We also might also need to be prepared that she does not want to leave.
Yeah. We'll talk to her. We're like, yo, Limerick, is he on the up and up? And she'd be like, no, he's gross. Then we can be like, that colors are.
She could also alert Halora more so. If she, I mean, I can imagine she already knows. I think you're right, Athalis. I think we have to go in, but perhaps I'm nervous about barging into somebody's bedroom while they're sleeping.
Well, I mean,
Done that
she's not
before?
sleeping. She's just laying there like all bored and stuff, right, Tim? I touched number 1 again.
No, she looks like she's sleeping. She
Oh,
looks asleep. Her eyes are closed.
We'll have Callie go first. She's good with talking and making good impressions. You can be like, excuse me, or do your thing, right?
All right.
First alone, and then you follow, or first?
I'm not
in,
letting-
And then just a group behind me, because
Tell you what, I'm touching number 1. Somebody open that door, and we'll because I think we're crossing a few bridges before we know we have them. Oh, thank you, Kokanee, you legend.
Resistance.
Okay, you open the door. You can see on the other side there is kind of like a sort of a pearlescent white portal.
Letters, can you hold on? I'm gonna close the door again. Can you touch that, like deactivate that crystal?
Touch.
Yeah, as soon as you take your hand off, it kind of mist
I
returns.
open it again.
It's the same portal. Yeah, pearlescent white. Still there.
Should we try to see if there are access
Can
to
I
at
take
least-
this with me?
No, the
Oh, it's locked in.
cube
Sorry.
is secured. to
M,
the
my
table.
bad. Please continue.
Should we try to see if at least the same logic follows? Like if we put our hand on the second one, then it opens. So at least we know there are 4 of this room. If that makes sense.
Like it'll be different colors. Okay, I put number 2.
Well, so
Kokanee.
he had untouched any of them, and the portal still existed, right, Tim?
Mhm.
Okay. So he
I touched number
2.
4. Open the door again. Maybe it's a different color.
Same color. Pearlescent
Okay.
white.
So the door does not change based on.
Right.
Maybe this is just a viewing room.
Watch us.
It is possible that these are just security cameras.
What's a camera?
Can I sit in her chair? In the chair? Cast resistance on myself just as I sit down. Just in case. So it's like basically from this seat, she could just touch and look at each of these.
These rooms, yeah.
I hate that. All right. Well, if this is if it is, there's no other portals, nothing else in the room.
Nope. The portal that you came through is still open at the
Right.
moment.
I touch number 1. I say we go through door number 1.
All right. There's
Okay.
no guarantee it'll take us there, but it's good to know that that exists.
I create a bonfire on my way out because there was nothing flammable in that room.
All right.
I'll go first.
Okay. So yeah, marching order. So Callie,
Neppy's in the
Letters.
middle.
who's after Callie?
Letters.
Letters.
Then Neppy.
Neppy.
I'll go in the back.
And Clack and Yana behind me.
Okay. Who's directly behind you? Clack or Yana?
We occupy the same space. We walk next to each other. If we can fit through the door. I don't know. We're both
If-
very small.
You can, yeah.
Or we do the like Canadian thing of being like, no, you, no,
Right.
you.
I don't like how in depth this is. Mish, can you?
Calling
I
it
would assume
Yak
that.
or Clana.
Ooh. I don't know. Are we there yet?
Oh,
Do we
not
have a
that.
ship
cool.
name?
I
Make
mean,
it
they
actionable
are.
and at
yeah.
the table,
We're,
Sean.
we're
Come
treating
on.
them as
Callie.
an individual.
Callie, letters, Neppy, Clayana, Klana, and then Kokanee.
Clana.
I'm
Or
right
Clannad.
behind.
Wild-
I'm right
Come on,
behind
guys.
Spooky
It's
Yak.
obviously Wild Clack.
So
My
you
last name's Wild Cloak.
as you
Oh,
walk
okay.
through, you pass through this portal, and Callie, you feel as you kind of step in, you feel this room is very magnetic. As you step through, you can see you come through, and on your right hand side there is a large, what looks almost like quartz, kind of like opaque glass wall to your right. And on the left hand side is a large statue of a four-armed figure, blindfolded. And you feel Neppy kind of bump into you right behind you. And Neppy behind you, you feel Kokanee. Letters,
Oh no.
Clack and Yana. Letters, as you kind of arrive, you feel the two of them kind of bump into you, as you see on the left hand side a large kind of thick quartz, almost like opaque glass wall. You can't see through it. And on the right hand side there's another statue, kind of four-armed statue. And I'll need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh fuck. So it's
Oh.
I sing you guys a little song.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All our healers are on one side.
Oh no.
Clack has healing potions. Fact.
That's true. So
In his suit.
They're in the robe of many things.
so the left is letters, Yana, Clack, and right is Kokanee, Callie, Neppy.
Other way around.
Okay.
Okay.
Or yeah, sorry, you're right, because it's on their right, then your guys' left. Is that what I said?
Woof. First roll of the night, not too hot.
Separated. Nice.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Where was that? I am getting close to having my amulet recharge.
Tim, how's my heart doing?
In this room,
Yeah.
not great. You can feel
Yeah.
your whole body being pulled towards the ground. It's hard to move. Both Callie and Kokanee, your movement is halved. And any attacks with a metal weapon have disadvantage.
Tits. Is my sword metal?
Yes, it is.
Ugh. How heavy is my amulet right now?
It's pulling you down. It's definitely like it's causing your movement to be halved.
Cool.
Same with Clack's. No, the rod's gold, I think. So that's fine.
What
And
about
we
Nippy's-
put the iron
Nippy's
bands.
gun?
Goldenrod.
My gun
Yeah.
is strapped in under my robes.
You can feel it pulling, like
Okay.
it's making it difficult to move. Your movement is also halved. Anyone essentially with metallic,
Okay.
magnetic metal on them, their movement is halved.
Oh,
So
geez,
initiative
metal.
25 to 20.
23.
23, nice. And 20 to 15.
16.
16. 15 to 10.
11.
10.
And 10 to 5. 5 to 1. 3 for Gally. Okay.
buddy.
All right. So, Yana, you are up first. You can see the stone statues kind of like you see their head kind of raise up, and you see there is like a robe on this kind of stone statue, and it's holding a staff in one hand, like a stone staff.
I'm gonna toll the dead on it, I
Okay.
guess. Wisdom save, please.
Ooh, that's a natural 1. That's
Very
good.
nice.
That's 3d8. Anybody got spare d8s?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got
tons.
a couple here.
Here.
Hold on.
Oh, thank
On
you.
this one?
Thank you so much. I actually have 3d8s.
Struggling to find
Imagine
them.
that.
I got ketchup and mustard. What do you want?
Ooh, I got 20 points of necrotic damage.
Hey,
Oh, that's
very
filthy.
nice.
I got pink and pinker dice for you.
As you see some of the like stone, like the dust comes off the stone as you like as you hear the kind of clanging of the bell. All right, it is.
I think Yana's told the dead is a triangle. I've just decided, by the way.
Amazing. All right, it is.
And it's just a
Did you want
triangle
to do
that-
anything for your bonus action?
No.
All right.
No, I think
It's
I'm
just a
okay.
triangle that Clack carries. He takes it out, rings it like.
No,
over.
it's like it's in a triangle and like it's held onto the triangle by like an ethereal string and it rings itself.
All right, it is Kokane's turn.
So we can see through this material and see our friends over on the side?
No,
No. Okay.
you're not sure where your friends are.
Well, I'm going to slowly and uncomfortably move up to this thing.
Okay.
I guess to within 10 feet and pull my whip out and make some attacks.
Okay. Yeah, each side is about 20 by 20.
Okay. Be an 18 to hit.
18 to hit. That does hit.
Excellent. Well, that'll be 8 whip-based damage
Whip.
Nice.
and 7 radiant damage.
Okay.
My second attack will be a 19 to hit,
That hits as well.
which will be 11 whip-based damage
Okay.
and no radiant damage because that's not how that works.
All right. So yeah, as you kind of whip into it, you kind of slash through the like fabric that it's wearing and into the stone. You see kind of chips fall off onto the ground. Neppy, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna try and spread out a little bit. Yeah. And I'm gonna need it to make a wisdom save also for Toll the Dead, please.
That is a 20, not natural.
Rude. It succeeds. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. That's my turn.
Okay. All right. It is the statue's turns. So we'll do the one on Yana's side first. You see that one kind of walk off of its plinth, and it's going to go towards you, Yana, because you just attacked it. As you see its arms come up, it's going to attack you with its 2 fists.
Oh, it's only got the 2. I thought I had a 4.
It does, but it only attacks with it does 2 slam attacks.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty silly. It should do 4. It has 4 arms.
No,
so
2 is fine. 2 is just fine.
the
How
first
are
one-
its forearms though? Like, are they
pretty,
thick?
Pretty thick. It's
Well,
pretty
that's
thick.
forearm.
It's large.
I think
That is
Popeye
a
had the ideal
23 to hit
male
for the first
body.
one.
That's
You know
gonna
what I
hit
mean?
Tim.
Okay. So I'll see if the second one
Get
hits.
my D&D Beyond out now.
Ooh, and that's 26 to hit for the second one.
Okay.
So the first attack is 24 points of bludgeoning damage,
Sure.
and the second one is 15 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Is it against magic?
N-
If
Yes,
so,
it
I have
is. Yep.
gnome cunning. Okie dokie.
The little gnome that could.
Oh, no. Oh, I loved that book. Little Tana Cook.
19, Tim.
19. Okay. Yep. Then nothing happens. Now it's
I'm
the
never
other...
wise except for when it's not.
It's the other one's turn. It is going to come off and attack you, Kokanee, because you're right there. So as it walks towards you, its fists come down, and the first one is a 22 to hit.
We will parry that with the whip.
Okay. Friggin' spin your whip up and like redirect the momentum into the ground. And the second one is a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. All right. So that's
You can't parry twice, I'm assuming.
I am parry once
12.
per turn.
12 bludgeoning damage. And yeah, only one hit, so that's fine. All right, so it is Letter's turn.
All right, here's what's gonna happen. It's nothing fancy, but I'm gonna run up next to Yana. So I'm gonna hit this thing at an angle.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to hit it with my big old horns. You know that whole booming blade situation. I'm gonna use a different die because my Yella's been doing nasty things to me on a personal level, and I'm gonna roll a 4, so that's gonna be 14 to hit.
14 to hit.
10. Yeah,
That hits.
you're my favorite human being, Tim.
Not high.
Very cool of you, Tim. Very cool.
Cool.
Cool. And could he? Could this gentle being make a strength saving throw for me?
You got it. Well, that's only a 13.
Oh, you're so cool, Tim. You're the coolest person I know. That's gonna be 9 + 7. That's gonna be 16 points of piercing and force damage. This gentle being is gonna get pushed back 10 feet.
Okay.
As I hammering horned it, push it back, and I say, "Clack one, clack one,
Okay.
clack one."
He goes, yeah. He pulls out the staff. I'll have you roll a D100 for me, please.
Oh,
Holy
baby
farts.
I
boy!
love this.
Gonna roll it with my fairy dragon dice. 77. That's gotta be lucky. That's gotta be exactly what we
I
need.
feel like we've rolled something close to that before.
So you see as he levels his staff.
I gave us 10 feet of space. Be cool, Tim.
You see at the end an orange ball begin to grow as it
No.
is a
You what?
massive fireball.
No.
You what?
He's going to cast it behind the creature, but there isn't much space. So you guys, I will have you.
Can we-
Let me just double check.
Counter spell?
Don't counterspell. He's doing his thing.
Okay.
No
He
counterspell.
might be
man.
okay because he casts fireball with it, so I think he can choose
Oh, sorry. I thought this
20-foot
Stone
radius. I don't think there's enough room.
I'm-
It's our
I'm
stone
also-
boy, Jen.
I'm also
Yeah,
like
I'm
pretty sure
realizing
that,
that.
the wand you have to pick the target before you cast the spell.
So even if he didn't, even if he cast it to the wall, you'd still all get hit. So I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh, titties.
Oh, I tried so hard, guy. Team, I tried so hard.
What
No, I'm not rolling my yellow one anymore. We're not friends anymore.
This
would
one goes
include-
to the
he'll get hit
dungeon
with it
now.
too. Oh no, that's not what I want.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Mine wasn't. Mine's a 6, Tim. How's that?
It's a failure.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
19.
Traps.
Sorry, 19?
Oh, actually 21. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's a save.
Focusing.
And I think the golem failed.
Pretty good.
All right, so that's 20 points of fire damage.
2-0.
So yours-
That's half. No, halved to 28 would be 14 for a success.
Oh, 28. Excuse me.
28.
So 28
Oh,
odd.
okay.
You see Clack also gets blasted. So he let's see if he makes his. He failed his save, so
Oh,
he also
buddy.
takes 20 as it just like blows back. He goes, "I'm sorry."
Does the stone boy at least not make it?
Yes, the stone boy failed.
Thank God.
And so that's
Also, if we needed to discover anything in this room, hopefully it gets. Oh,
you watch as the wall behind you, the kind of opaque glass, you see it crack a bit.
oh,
Can we hear that?
You do hear kind of a rumble, and you feel kind of a rumble in the ground. You can kind of make out sort of a like there is some light that sort of appears on the other side.
Oh no.
But it's not super bright. The wall seems relatively thick. But yeah, you do feel kind of a a dulled explosion.
do I still have movement after this, or I mean,
we'll say sure. Generally,
no. I said Clack, and he got to do a thing. Nah,
Okay.
I kept because I wanted to keep my distance just in case a fireball happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Good. But I am. Oh, well, when I pushed him, I would have stood in front of Yana because that's how Blackwater do.
Yeah.
And then you dodged out of the way, and she just got hit. Fully.
Yeah, I'll protect you. Oh fuck!
Oh no!
All right. It is now Callie's turn.
I'm gonna hit this thing. Can I get up to it actually?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. You can get within 5 feet of it. So yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it. My hits are disadvantaged because I'm a metal. So
Yeah.
Yes, don't just make plastic swords, you know.
does a 16 hit?
16 does hit.
I gotta
How about-
get you one of those moon rock swords.
Why can't I do math? 14.
14 does hit. Yep. Just.
Very cool, Tim.
Very cool.
Such a cool DM.
Let it be known, Tim is the coolest DM.
Yeah. Scroll. No wings. No wings. Okay.
No wings.
No wings. Do I need to separate radiant and slicey?
Nope. They can all be one.
Sorry, I don't know why my brain's not fully working right now, but okay. 22 points of damage for the first one.
Nice.
16 points of damage for the second one.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you hack away at it, and you feel your sword kind of slam into the stone, but you can see kind of chunks fall out down to the bottom of the robe. All right, it is back to the top of the orders. Yana, you're up.
I am. Ooh. I'm gonna do something different. Not that different though. I'm gonna make a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
Oh no, I rolled so shit. Why do I do this?
Keep things interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a,
Yeah, I
four,
haven't
a,
rolled
four, a 14 to hit.
14 just hits.
Yay!
Tim is having one cool
Okay.
day.
Tim feels
So
cool today.
cool, Tim. So that's gonna be a aerial hand that wraps around that bad boy for 3d8 of necrotic damage. That's 14 points of necrotic damage. It cannot heal, and it has disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn.
Oh, wonderful.
Very nice.
Oh, I get behind Yana.
Yana, take the reins.
That's how Blackwater do.
You're up. All right, Kokina, you're up.
Yeah, great. I'm a whip it.
Whip it.
Whip it good.
17 and a 13.
13.
Yeah.
13 does not hit, unfortunately.
Sad. Okay. We're gonna give it 8 points of whip damage
Mhm.
and 6 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
And I'm also gonna use my second wind.
Okay.
My fighter ability that will restore 14 hit points.
Nice. Okay. Neppy, you're up.
How do Callie and Kokani look right now? Kokani, how you look?
Oh, my heart's being pulled out of my chest by the ground.
Yeah.
And a giant golem just punched me in the face with some stone fists. So, been less damaged.
Been less damaged. How's Callie looking?
Yeah, looks really tired. She looks fucked up from the last thing we just did, the fight with the demon.
Right.
She looks a little bit scared to get hit. A little bit nervous.
Callie looks nervous. Okay.
Not super nervous, just like a little bit nervous.
Okay. I am going to I can't do that. How far am I away from Callie?
You're relatively close, like you're within 10 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna go over and I am going to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level. 1 and where's my other D8? 2 and 3. That's not bad. That's going to be 19 points of healing, my dear. And that.
Thank you so much.
And then I'm going to, because I guess my movement is half. So if it took 10 feet to get to her, I'm just going to step 5 feet back.
Yep.
And that's my turn.
Okay. All right. It is the statue's turn. So we'll go over to the one on the right-hand side. Is going to Letters. You stepped in front of Yana, yeah?
I stepped in front of Yana.
All
Did
right.
you?
And then no, did you? No, you didn't move afterwards.
What?
No. You're right. I was thinking of the bit that we did of that's
Yeah.
what Blackwater do.
He said he would step behind Yana,
Would step
or
behind
should,
Yana.
but,
But
he
it
didn't.
wasn't my
Okay,
turn
yeah.
yet.
Yeah. So,
But if that thing does move towards me, the booming blade goes off, and it takes 16 points of thunder damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
Love that.
We love the combo of booming blade with hammering horns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone saw
You
that.
can see quite a bit of it has crumbled off. You can see parts of its face have like fallen onto the ground. It's not looking great, but it's going to try to attack you twice.
Ooh, yucky.
The first one is a 27 to hit.
That'll be okay to do.
And the second one is a 23 to hit.
It's okay. That's an okay thing to do.
You will allow
so
it.
The first attack is
Wait a second. I mean, I am going to allow it, but I will flex my brain to give myself +2 to AC just to do 7 damage to it.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
still going to hit me, but I'm going to zap it again. Because I'm
Yeah,
all
it
about
is
doing
looking-
damage on its turn.
It is looking very rough. As you do that, like part of his head just like flies away, but it's still standing.
Ah.
But the first one is 17 points of bludgeoning damage for the first attack.
Mhm.
And the second one is 15 points of bludgeoning damage for the second attack.
Ooh.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh no, I should have saved my power for that. Well, let me do a couple fucking concentration. Yes, I maintain concentration. Hot diggity shit. Wisdom, baby boy. Cocked. 11 plus 2 is 13 plus 4 is 17, Tim.
Okay, that will succeed.
Very cool, Tim.
Yeah.
Whew.
All right,
DM.
and then on the other side, it's gonna go after you, Callie, because you just attacked it and you're the closest.
Sounds
All right, so
reasonable.
the first one is 26 to hit. And
Yep.
the second one is a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
It's nice that he asked, though, right?
He
Yeah.
knows. He knows, yes, but
So the first one is 18 points of bludgeoning damage,
Good.
and the second one is 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need
Cool.
you to make a wisdom save for me.
I need to make a what now?
Wisdom save, please.
No, I heard you. 25.
Okay. Yep. Nothing happens. All right. It is Letter's turn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hit it. It's
Yeah.
in my face. I'm gonna get it in its face, probably literally, because its face is falling apart. No, not you. You're in dice jail. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah.
grounded.
That's gonna be a 20 to hit. Here
hits.
comes that booming blade. 19 points of piercing and thunder
That'll
damage.
do it. How do you want to dispatch this statue?
Yes.
It's big, right? It's like large.
Yeah, it's large. Yeah.
I want to
Large and
like leap up on its big thighs and just like come up, and I just want to hit my horns into the crevice in its face
Yeah.
and just get kind of stuck there for a second.
Yeah.
And like
you
as
kinda
it
leap up
teeters back.
and just like slam into it, your horn kind of gets stuck as you feel the stone kind of and just like break in half around you as you kind of pull back up. You rip the hood of the cloak that it was wearing as you kind of land on the ground with a thud as the stone just kind of spills out behind it.
Oh
Like
my
a
god.
Rocky, like
We're doing good.
We did it.
I'll tell you, if I was level 2, I'd be thrilled with my amount of hit points.
Oh, shit.
Callie,
Two.
you're up.
Me?
Yep.
I'm gonna hit it twice.
Okay.
Titties. Well, it would have been a natural 20, but it's only a 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
21.
21 does hit.
Sorry.
Wait, I did jump Kokanee's turn. My
Oh,
bad.
not
We'll
crazy.
jump back in a second.
Fighting
Um,
golems.
20 points of damage. And another 20 points of damage.
Nice.
How's ours looking, Tim?
It's looking hurt. It's definitely like you can see as she slashes into it, like chunks of stone are kind of like breaking off. You can see its staff at the top is broken off. But we're gonna jump back just a little bit. We'll jump back into Kokanee. As this is happening, Kokanee, you're also taking your attack from the other side.
Whip. Whoopah.
I gotta start dual wielding whips, honestly.
Yeah, what's
24
stopping you?
and 17.
24 and 17 both hit.
Can you dual wield whips?
Yeah, why not?
I think you should be able to. I think
They're
that should be
one-handed.
allowed.
They're not two-handed.
They're
It's double
one-handed
Dutch.
weapons.
That's
But
what
I think
I'm
if you
thinking
get a
right now.
natural one with two whips, they should get tangled.
Tie in a knot. Okay, the first one's gonna be 10 points of whip damage and 6 points of radiant.
I'm gonna say it. If you have 2 whips,
Yeah.
you'll have to roll for it, but you should be allowed to like monkey bars across things. You know what I mean? Like Spider-Man your way around.
I love that.
Absolutely.
And the
Absolutely.
next one's just 10 points of whip damage.
That'll do it. That is
Oh,
just enough. So as
yes.
Callie, as you're slashing it up, Kokanee comes in with his whip at the same time and How do you want to whip it? Whip it down.
with
Whip
a
it
giant
down.
stone golem to death.
So
I
silly.
imagine that Callie has like, it's like over top of us, and Callie's put like just two giant like cracks across its chest,
Mhm.
and Kokanee with the last hit just like wraps it around the thing's head, and just sort of the head comes off.
Pulls back as you just like the two of you just tear this thing apart as it just crumbles to the ground, and we can drop out of initiative.
Can we hear anything from the other side of the wall?
You can go up and put your ear to it if you want.
I'd love to take a look at this cloak.
Okay, you kind of put your ear up to it, and like you don't really. It's like it seems like pretty thick.
Okay.
You can't really hear anything. You see the cloaks. They almost look like faded, like it's all stitched together. Almost looks like faded maps.
Are you having an aha?
Well, just if it's a map, is it a specific map? Is it a regional map? Is it a
Make a
dungeon
perception
map?
check.
Perception? Do you mean investigation? Because I'm
Do you
holding
mean
it. Tim?
history?
Tim, do you mean arcana?
Do you mean anything
You're
for
trying to
smart
see what this map
boys?
is about.
I'd take survival. I'd take survival.
Are you trying to see if you recognize any of the places?
Sure.
So it'll be a perception check. Yeah.
Oh, Tim. I mean, I'm
Could
no
be a
better
history
at
check.
survival.
You can make a history check to see if you
No.
recognize.
Tim, you don't have to be
I
that
will.
cool. I'll do it.
I will say Yana can, mostly because you grew up in the
Ooh.
Scar, so you're not really super
Yeah,
familiar
okay.
with geography of the material plane anyways. But
Yeah, it's a
19.
5,
make a
Tim.
history
Is that what you want to hear? Is that what you want to
Five?
hear? I got a 5 on my perception
5.
check because I never look
It's
around.
like the way that it's all patchworked, you're just like, I can't see the
Maps are for nerds.
the
Maps
forest
are
for the
nerds.
trees, you know.
I rolled a
Um,
19.
19. You can see fragments of places that look kind of familiar. None of them seem to be whole maps. It's all like small scraps. There's a few like areas that look kind of vaguely familiar. You can see parts that look like maybe coastline of Wolfar, and some of like that maybe look like coastline of Garyang. But they are faded. They look old, and it looks like they have, some of them have, you can see like X's and things like that. Like they almost look like at one point they might have been treasure maps, but they've since, like, you're not really sure. Like none of them seem to be from the same map.
It's an oddly specific aesthetic for a stone golem.
Was there anything? Tell me about this pedestal. Tell me about the pedestal this guy was sitting on. Anything
Seems
yummy?
like just seems like a
Fuck.
stone pedestal.
Um,
The rest of the room is bare. It's just bare stone.
I would
There's
lean.
no door, no nothing.
I'd lean over to Kokanee. Darling, do you still have the ability to message people?
I do. Yeah,
I could send to them, but
I'll try.
I don't know how far they are.
I will cast a message to Yana.
Okay.
Can you hear me? It's me, Kokanee, Lightkeeper. It's 3 feet of stone, I believe.
3 feet of stone.
Yeah.
You don't doesn't go through.
Shit.
I feel like I missed something, but I don't know what. What?
You know what I didn't miss? This fucking crack in the wall. I'm just gonna start throwing firebolt at it
Okay.
till it breaks.
Make it's a ranged spell attack, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make like 3 attacks for me.
Okay.
Just to see your sort of average.
Fucking 23, 22, and 17.
Yeah. They all seem to be kind of hitting as you're just throwing fireballs in it. You see the cracks start to get larger and larger.
Do we hear that?
What happens on our side?
You start to see after, like, you do this for a while, like you're at it for a couple minutes.
Yeah, Cantrip Town.
And you start to see kind of a spider web of a crack kind of forming.
If I see that, I'm going to start throwing sacred flames at that.
Okay.
Also.
Yeah. As you're like from both sides, you see it start to spider web, and after it feels like 10 minutes of you guys just like throwing these kind of light attacks at it. You see the cracks start to fully form, and the whole thing shatters out. You can see like the like kind of glass, like crystalline glass, like all sprays out towards all of you. How was anybody up at the glass?
No, I would have been back.
Yeah, that's why I was shooting it.
Callie was?
In theory, would I've moved? Common sense, would I've moved if Sacred Flame is being?
Neppy's just like
Probably, unless you were attacking it as well.
No, I have nothing to attack it. I'll move back. Yeah.
So you're all kind of staying back. You're far enough back that like you watch the whole thing explode out with like incredible force and speed towards you, and then a stop abruptly about 10 feet into the chamber, and you see it like freeze for a second. You can glimpse your friends on the other side as you watch the glass, almost with the same speed and velocity, reform into a crystalline doorway, and you can see kind of like a grayish white portal in the center.
We see them still?
Yep.
Are we like okay?
There's space on either side now.
Can they let us, Yana?
What's up?
Callie? Cockney?
Wait. If you're Blackwater, tell me something only Blackwater would know.
Yeah.
This
I'm gonna look at Clack.
What's my middle name?
What's my middle name?
I'm gonna look at Clack.
Hey guys.
And
Hey,
I'm gonna be
Clack.
like, I think I know. I think you know what I know, Clack.
Well, come on.
No.
Why are you doing this?
That was a trick question. You don't know my middle name.
And Lettuce
That was a
doesn't
trick
have
question.
Yeah.
Okay, that I don't have a middle name. That's
You only recently took a last name,
snappy.
so
well, I could have taken a middle name more recently than that. You don't know.
I feel like
But
you
I
would have
haven't.
told us.
Yeah, I would have. Okay, what?
What's my middle name?
I don't think you've ever told us, Kelly.
Liopy?
No, I don't have one.
Okay.
I don't have one either, so maybe we should all just get middle names one day.
Yes, I
That-
also don't
y'all-
have one. But if I
y'all-
did, it would be Okany.
Yo, Kokanee.
Like people.
Okany.
Y'all want to get middle names together instead of tattoos? Like, I think that'd be a fun thing to do as a group.
So there's a gray portal between it, like
Yeah,
the
grayish
portal
white.
like lining the archway.
Yeah, the glass is reformed into the archway. Goes pretty much floor to ceiling. It's a pretty big door.
So there's also a possibility that we walk through this portal and we're separated again.
Yeah.
Just-
What if we just all hold hands?
I don't know if it works that way.
Well, we're coming at it from one side, they're coming at it from the other.
Well, can't they come around to our side?
I'm also
Yeah,
Not-
you're
not doing good
There's space on
anymore.
either
Yeah.
side.
Oh,
let's-
I thought it was like the whole wall with just a door. in
No,
the
floor to
center.
ceiling.
No.
Floor to
God.
ceiling.
I walk over to their side. It seems cooler over there. Also, hey, does your guys thing have a map cape?
A map cape. I would.
Yeah, look at his cape. Has he
Similar.
got a map cape?
Similar,
Can I take a look at the map, see if I recognize anything
Sure. Make a history check.
with
Tim,
guidance?
We
how
walk
am I-
over.
Tim, how am I feeling being in this magnet room?
It's tough. You've been in here now
20
only about
minutes?
15 minutes, but it's like it is starting to wear on your muscles.
17 plus 7 is 24 plus 4 is 28.
Yeah. Similar thing. Like you recognize some of the places that looks like maybe some coastline of you see one that has what looks like the city of Bacall, like part of it. Like you make out the word Bacall underneath. But for the most part, it's like some of them are really specific, like looks like kind of close up of like specific areas or towns.
Are they written in common or all different types of languages?
For the few that you can even make out any language, it looks like kind of a mix.
Okay.
It's sort of a mixed bag of
Oh.
Sylvan and common, and there's some Orcish. But it's like it's fragments, like it's it's like a patchwork quilt.
I had a bad thought.
Hmm.
What if this cloak is like a trophy like every time it kills someone, it puts their hometown on the cloak, that kind of thing.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I thought
I can't think of any other reason why you would wear a cloak like this and be a stone golem.
I thought
when-
it was. My first thought was, it's a cloak of all the places Halora has found something, and these are the maps that she has no need for anymore. So she made into cloaks.
That'll.
What?
You go back.
I was just gonna say, like, all of her rooms so far seem to have had some reason to exist.
Yes.
What is the purpose of this room?
To protect this portal.
I think so. Because if you're coming through it, if you get this far,
Sure.
the golems obviously wouldn't attack her, and she'd be able to open the portal. There is obviously something very precious behind here. Perhaps, I don't know. But you wouldn't put two of them and also have the portal that's not you split. It's two people.
Hey, team, I don't want to be that guy. And I know we got to get somewhere quick, but I have doubts that if we keep going at the pace we are going, that we are going to get there we're going to all get to the end of this journey. If we have the capability to take and I mean a long one, like if I went through this portal now into this room that we just did, I wouldn't be standing here. Like,
Oh, me either.
and pretty much every room except for the attic we have gone into has been not happy to see us.
Maybe
I
we even
don't-
fought something in the attic.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that was our
any.
fault. That was me touching the ink. That one wasn't like a guard. That was me being dumb.
I don't think Limerick is going to be unguarded when we meet him. And he might not be just in the next room.
Well, we can't stay here
Well, we can.
in the mansion. But do we mansion in her house?
I don't know.
She's a powerful mage.
I mean, that does seem perilous, but it also is invisible and stuff.
Tim, would I know what would happen if like another wizard even could dispel the mansion, and what would happen if we were in it?
Yeah, I believe if it's dispelled, you just get
Hop back out?
ejected.
Okay.
You would know enough about the spell because I think it has something in there.
Yeah.
Specifically about that. You get ejected from the mansion, I believe.
Do we have time? That's a stupid question. But
I mean, maybe not, but either we
Yeah.
take the time now or we
Or
all
I
run out of
feel-
time.
Yeah.
Because I can't teleport us out anymore.
I can get us out.
Maybe if she doesn't have some fucking ward on whatever the fuck.
Shifting.
Because I have my doubts that we can teleport back to this room, which we know is on the
Absolutely.
prime material plane. But I think at this point we either bail completely or we roll the dice and figure she can't find Giannis. We'll have to fucking fight this guy when we come back out, but we'll all be on the same side of the room. We could probably take care of that, but
Part of me wants to get back to the tower. If we're going out, I don't know. But part of me wants to get back to the tower.
Do we
You
have the
said-
ability to do that? Do you have 2 plane shifts?
I don't. But if we can get to a room that is on a different plane, I can try and get us there.
you said 24 hours.
did.
We're still coming in, even if we take 8 or 9 to rest up, we're still coming in under your 24. We're still
know.
on time.
I know.
I want to see what's the fucking door number 18 over here, but not in the state we're in.
I think a rest is a good idea.
I think we risk the mansion.
Sure.
With the portal open. That is my only thing about taking a mansion in this room. Is that
Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. No,
No.
go. Sorry.
is that it if she is as smart as I anticipate her being, she could very well be just following in behind us. She could just be waltzing right behind us in our wake. If she walks into this room, the golem's dispatched, broken. The archway to something very important, open. That is my only qualm about
All right,
potentially
all
doing
right.
the rest in this room.
I
If
got
not-
this. Because we just throw something through the portal. The portal's been used, and she'll guess that we rested in that. I don't fucking know. Yana,
mean-
you've got an idea. Take these reins. What you got?
No, I think I'm with you. She comes into this room and the portal's open. Why would she think we're in here? Why wouldn't we have gone through the portal?
That's potentially true.
I said we throw a thing through the portal. Maybe she knows when the portals go off like an alarm spell. We throw a bit of stuff through it. Oh, the alarm went off. They're not in that room anymore because she comes into this room. Clearly, we busted it up. But now we're in an invisible crack, which unless she has like true seeing or something, which is a powerful spell to waste on a hunch.
This is also assuming that she doesn't know where we are. Right? If she knows where we are.
I don't think we have any evidence to suggest that she can see all within. We have one room that is special that allows her to see into very specific rooms. And we've been through a lot of this place. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you. I'm saying if we're assuming that she knows where we are, no place is better than any other. I think that we can't get to the tower today. Us stepping through that portal risks us being put into another room exactly like this.
I know.
I think that we sit down, we make a mansion. We sit inside and have our hours as best as we can. We have somebody who's on watch, armored up and ready to go, is hoping, or in case that, the mansion turns inside out in a moment's notice, and we deal with that if we can, but I don't think we have a better choice.
If we take watches, we will take longer. If she's going to kick us out of the mansion, she's going to kick us out of the mansion, whether we're on watch or not. I am absolutely all right with taking the mansion. Perhaps it is my inner worry. I just have a bad feeling. Nothing will make it go away at this point. But
time is of the essence. I think if we're taking the mansion, we just all hard power out, because if she's not going to be able to get into the mansion, if she pops us out, then that's just a rude wake up call for all of us.
Okay, well then,
shall we do it?
Let's do it.
Kelly, is that all right with you?
Yeah, can Kelly make an educated guess? If the mansion's in this room and it's on a different plane, it won't be magnetic anymore, right? Can I make an educated
No,
guess?
it won't be. It won't be
Okay.
magnetic. It'll be on a different plane.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
We're going to want to put it on the opposite side of the room, away from fucking Goliath here when he reforms, and on the opposite side of the room from this thing, this wall, just in case it's still up or whatever, right? We don't want to put a mansion inside this thing reforming.
All right.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I cast mansion.
Okay. Takes 10 minutes, right?
Yep.
I thought it was a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it does take a minute.
It's a minute. It's 10 minutes if you ritual cast.
It's 10 rounds.
It felt like 10 minutes.
It was actually like 4 hours.
You bring it up.
A
And
minute.
you bring up the magnificent mansion.
Before we all get in, I throw a thing and we see how that reacts. The portal. I throw a rock into the portal.
Sure.
You're the last one in then. let's all get inside.
I think we stay out here with him to make sure
I
nothing
throw
goes
it
wrong.
while
He
everyone's
throws it in.
out.
Okay. Throw it through.
And it goes through the portal?
Mhm.
All right, great.
Go
Let's get
inside.
Do you just go right in? Do you
Mansion?
wait,
I'll go-
or like
I'm gonna go
are you
into
just
the
throwing it
mansion.
and running in the mansion?
I wouldn't wait. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know.
I go to White Step in the mansion. Oh, we're waiting for something. That makes sense. Yeah.
How long would you like to wait?
I'm gonna wait a
I don't
minute,
like this.
and then I'm gonna find my fucking
Let's go
bed.
inside.
Meg, I'd
minutes?
wait about
5:10?
5-10.
I'm
After
not gonna
about-
go inside without them,
Okay.
but I'm impatient.
After about maybe a minute, you watch as a iron ball. Bing, bing, bing. Falls into the room.
In.
Okay. You all duck into the mansion?
Last iron ball we saw fucking exploded.
Does it look like one of the ones that would explode?
Looks like one of the ones you've seen before.
The electricity ones with the pistons.
Then we go in.
Okay. So you all
Yikes.
make your way into the mansion.
Yep.
Fuck.
I'm going straight to sleep immediately. I've been in metal in magnet rooms all day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand my amulet to Neppy to put it back in the bag.
Of course.
It's not worth it.
Okay.
Does
So
anyone
you-
have anything else they want in the bag?
My stuff's
No.
already in there.
Well, hold your weapons close and have a quick sleep, I guess.
Yeah, I'm crashing.
I don't even I think I crash in the living room. I don't
Yeah.
even think I go upstairs. I think we just crash right near the door.
Okay.
I think I fell asleep just in front of the door.
So Neppy,
Mm.
as
Fuck.
you are
Fuck.
just falling asleep, it feels like you feel yourself kind of wake up in a dream, and you can kind of see sort of you're sitting in Blackwater Keep, kind of in your front room, and you hear the door behind you close. And as you turn and look, you see a figure floating just behind you. And that's where we're going to take our break.
You motherfucker.
I hate it.
Timothy Carlson. How dare you?
These cliffhangers keep him alive.
How many
He
years
is a
did you get from that
cliff
one, Tim?
Oh, so many.
Oh no.
Dear God.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, we're going to take a tight 10 minutes very quickly, and we will be back very shortly. Please stick around and hang out with us after the break. We love you very much. We'll see you soon. Bye.
See you soon.
See you in the chat.
Hey folks, Emma here. So, do you experience lore panic? You know, that deep, dark, sinking feeling that your DM or campaign notes are missing and disorganized? That you've forgotten an important plot point and it's going to send your life into a swirling void of angst and regret? Well, if you're like me, then you'll be happy to know that Blackwater is here to help. Yes, you, little lore keeper. We're really proud to announce our partnership with Silverwing Armory. Silverwing Armory is a Canadian company that specializes in gaming goodies, RPG resources, and nerdy necessities to help plan your campaign. My personal favorite are their campaign notebooks. Each of these beautifully designed books is handmade and crafted, showcasing original designs by the creator herself. There's enough that they'll match perfectly with wherever and whenever your game is set. They're also fully customizable, with different types of paper, dotted, lined, or graph, whatever works best for you. Finally, they're system agnostic, so no matter what game you run, from D&D to Call of Cthulhu, your lore is kept safe and organized however you like it. Head on over to their Instagram and website at Silverwing Armory and use our promo code Blackwater for 10% off at checkout. It supports this amazing Canadian business and helps support our stream and the story we keep telling week after week. So you get less of this and more of this. Silverwing Armory, for the lore keeper in all of us. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hi guys, it's me, Adam, and I'm here to talk to you about the sponsor for tonight's episode, Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a Canadian woodworking company that makes D&D and tabletop gaming tables and accessories. They are a couple of passionate crafters that create items that will instantly become a highlight of any tabletop or RPG player's game night. An absolute favourite of mine is the Mountain King board gaming table. This table is bonkers cool, looking like it is straight out of a Dwarven King's Hall. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen. We feel really good about endorsing this Canadian business that brings so much passion into something we care so deeply about. So head over to their Instagram at legendcraft.ca to have a look at what they're making and let them know that Blackwater sent you. And if any of you fall in love with any of their amazing products, you can go to their website and use the promo code Blackwater for 5% off. It supports a Canadian business and also helps support our stream in this crazy D&D game we love. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
And we're back. We're back. We're back.
Must be back.
Before we
We're
jump
back.
back into the dungeons and also the dragons and the dreaming, Len, you do a thing.
I do a thing. I did just start a thing. I've started streaming video games on my own channel on like sometimes Mondays. I haven't figured out my schedule, but in the week, and it's usually on my channel. I just played Stardew recently. So if you want to
Hey, what's your channel called?
It's Len Leno, Lenno. No, Lenn.
Oh, is that going to be in the chat?
Let's shout it out in the
Pop it in
chat.
the chat.
I'm at 60.
You know Cody already did.
I'm at 65 followers, so I'm so close to 69.
Nice.
Are you going to be
And
streaming
then
tomorrow?
they have to stop.
Yeah, I
Are you
think
streaming
so.
tomorrow?
What are you
I
going
get
to play
see
tomorrow?
What are you going to play tomorrow?
I don't know. I'm
Oh,
either
it's
gonna
a
play
surprise?
Hades or Little Nightmares.
Oh, those are two good options. That sounds great. Sign me up.
As someone who likes to hang out with Len on a regular basis anyway, please go check out their channel. It is some of the most wholesome, delightful, calming. I had never seen Stardew Valley played before, and I just watched Len make a farm for like an hour and a half. It was a treat. It was a delight.
Also, she's at 68 followers right now, so
You could
I
be the
mean-
69th.
Race to the 69.
Oh,
It's gonna
Johnny
go by
Nod
so
just
fast.
followed.
Oh.
Were you the 69th?
You're the
Or were you the
69th.
68th?
Then it's going to be a nice year for you.
nice.
All year
nice.
is going to be nice.
Nice. Let's get some nices. Let's get some nices.
Hey, Tim,
Nice.
who's that fucking person?
Okay.
So, as you turn around, you see kind of floating above you an armored figure. Large metallic wings extend out behind. You see that shattered porcelain mask and the skull-like blackened face of the Matron of Vengeance.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
all right.
Nepenthe Lightkeeper, the time has come. I have need of our favor. You must bring me Cato Helskani. Deliver him to the tomb at Manta in the courtyard. You have until tomorrow.
Your Majesty, a moment.
She kind of floats there.
First, I want to offer my thanks. We saw you go in to the abyss. After the banishment of the Chained Oblivion. I can imagine that even though
There is no one who could know your pain, your suffering. I can imagine whatever you did down there was a salve for some time. I could have been stuck there. I was not. But I am glad you had the chance to go do that. This person, Cato, that you seek us bring to you, "24 hours from this moment."
You have until midnight. 24 hours, yes.
May I ask his crime?
There is no crime. Yours is not to know the purpose. Bring him to me.
I cannot seek to fully understand your machinations. He is just a boy. I know that does not change anything, but he is just a boy. Does this have to do with the equinox?
Do not concern yourself with the details.
I have had to look at your brand on my own back and the back of the people I love the most.
Know that when your task is complete, it shall be erased. Your debt paid.
There is no other way.
No.
It is not as if you need my agreement. Apparently, I already agreed to that. What will you do with him?
It is none of your concern. Do not disappoint me. You see her form starts to retreat.
I let her go.
Okay. You kind of wake up with a start.
Is it morning?
It's midnight.
If I wake them, they won't get a full rest. I let them sleep.
Okay. Do you sleep as well?
I have to.
Yep. Take your full rest.
I do.
Okay. So you all come to 8 hours later.
Rest.
I would probably be awake first. Can't imagine I slept well.
It was difficult.
Do I recover a level of exhaustion or?
Yes, you do. Yeah, because you just had one, so you go back to no levels of exhaustion. You are not exhausted.
I would wake Kokanee before everyone else woke. Is everyone else? We're all just kind of in the living room, right?
I'm by the door.
Yeah, they're all kind of waking up in various states, kind of.
Letters
around.
is feverishly going through his spell book, trying to prepare for the day. As Sean
Oh.
is.
Gosh, yeah.
Darling, she came in my dreams last night.
Who came in your dreams last night?
the matron.
What did she have to say?
We have 24 hours to bring, 16 hours now, to bring Cato Helskani to Menta. The boy from the Godsbro, the chosen of Kalo. The son of the Sunspeaker, the high priest. I asked why, but she wouldn't tell me. He's a boy.
We should tell the others.
I know. I just didn't want to cry in front of them. Because I can't today. Of course it had to be today. It has to do with the equinox.
I'd sort of put one of my hands behind her back and try to pull her in for some variety of a hug.
Oh God, she would just collapse. I hate this.
I hate this with every fiber of my being.
I can't sacrifice a boy. I can't. I don't know what that means, but I can't bring that boy to his death.
I know.
And what do we just leave? We can't leave Limerick. Let's talk to the others. They'll know. Someone will know what to do. Because I certainly don't.
Whatever it is, it'll be us together.
Thank you. And I'm sorry.
I understand. The nature of this job, if you can call it a job, is impossible decisions. Where maybe if we're in the right spot at the right time, we can have a shot at trying to help. But everywhere we're not, stuff is going to happen. And we can't be everywhere. And I think we face one of those today. But I think that we do what we must.
There will be a day where you and I can just stop. Just for
Gods. I hope so.
I know.
But today, we bear what is bearable. And we change what is not.
I'd lean my forehead and touch his. Together?
Together.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go tell him.
Mage armor.
Mage
Good
armor.
morning, everyone.
Mage armor.
Letters is just finishing up casting telepathic bond with everybody.
And the thingy on my forehead.
Yeah, and the thing. What's
You
it? Let
don't
me
have
finish
to.
the telepathic. No, I'm gonna do it. It's just one thing. You got. Look, come here. Fucking Simba. Okay.
Is that
Who's-
the
who's
Simba?
The verbal
Simba?
component.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
verbal
Yeah.
Incredible.
Before we go back out that door and face whatever the hell is out there, we need to talk about something first.
You catch us up to speed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Wait, what did she say exactly we had to do, Neppy?
I said we had to deliver Kato Helskani
Uh-huh.
to her tomb in Manta,
Uh-huh. That's it. And then
That's
we're
it.
done?
and we're done.
And then we teleport him out of there because we brought him. I know she's not gonna like that, but I'm not
She's a
putting
god.
kid.
No, I know.
He's kind of a jerk, but like that.
Apparently
big of
he's a little
jerk, and
shit.
He's like 10. I don't know.
He's the same age as Finnan.
They're all 10. You're all 10.
We're not. I said the same thing. I tried. There is no pleading with her.
But
I
all
did
we
not.
have to do is deliver him.
I don't imagine that it counts as delivering him if we take him away immediately.
What if he takes himself away?
That I maybe is less egregious. I mean, if
Or someone else does.
if the Blackwater Bar and Grill's delivery service like showed up at your house and like dropped food off and then immediately took it and left, you wouldn't really say that they delivered the food.
But if
I mean,
somebody
if they
else
deliver,
does it,
yeah, if they deliver the food and then the food grows its own legs and
It's
drives away in a car. Or, I mean, a wagon.
you do know another wizard with teleport.
Nissa,
We could do a real elaborate bait and switch.
a bait and switch.
Yeah. We fucking get the thing, and then oopsie doopsie, fucking Paylor got him out. Like,
Maybe
I don't fucking
that's
know.
maybe that's what she wants. Maybe it's just bait for Paylor.
It is.
Did Paylor piss her off?
Paylor pisses everybody off.
Palo pisses
Yeah, I
everyone
get
off,
it.
and it is
I get
no coincidence that she is asking for Palor's chosen,
Yeah.
a literal golden child, son of the Sun Speaker, his high priest, from his patron city on the day
Equinox.
before the equinox. There is something she intends to do. Perhaps she wishes to seek vengeance on all the Pantheon,
Ugh.
those who did not come looking for her, those who did not help retrieve her when she fell. I think it is no coincidence that the story of her death happened in Palor's room.
Hmm.
Perhaps in some way this has been foretold, a sacrifice of some kind. She will kill him. She will.
I mean, I wonder what becomes of us if we go back on the promise. I'm sure she has far nastier things that she could do to us than killing us.
Yeah.
That's what she does to who's around us. And with Callie's gonna look at Neppy and in the gentlest way possible. I'm mad. I wasn't mad then, but I think I'm mad now.
You have every right to be.
Because I can't deliver a child to a god.
No.
But if I don't deliver a child to a god, then I'm here or I'm there, but I'm nowhere near Command Jar. That's for sure. She knows that.
Mhm.
And I'm not scared for myself and I'm not scared for us, but I'm scared.
Me too.
Hey, we could ask him. We could go to him and be like, here's the situation. We made a bad deal. If he's really a golden child, he could be as selfless as all of us. He could just volunteer to go. And who are we to deny him that? I mean, I wouldn't stop anyone at Blackwater taking a bullet for Blackwater. Who says we can't stop outsiders? As far as I'm concerned, I mean, what Kokanee said earlier, but I'm going to pretend he also said here because it was incredibly poignant. We do what we can, where we can. And here we're trying to get Limerick. Theoretically, if we play it smart, we can do both. We can get Limerick out and figure out what to do with Cato.
Perhaps What if we could stop what she has planned before she starts it? Who am I to know the machinations of a god, but there has to be some way. Because Kelly's right. I can't take a boy to his death.
Tim, can I make a history check on the relationship between Halora and Pelor, but also Halora and the Matron of Vengeance?
Or you can make a religion check. Oh, sure.
I feel so fresh. I'm no longer exhausted.
Oh yeah, I didn't even flip my long rest button.
25.
25. You don't know as much about the Raven Queen's relationship with Pelor, as it was like you didn't have kind of a traditional religious upbringing.
Yeah.
You like, as far as you know, with Melora and Pelor, there isn't really any animosity. It's always sort of seen as they're two sides of a similar coin. They're both like, whereas Melora gives more into chaos. Like if you the sort of spectrum is like Melora gives more into chaos, Pelor is seen as relatively neutral, and Arathis falls a bit more on the lawful side. So that, like, you don't know of any animosity between them, but you do know that like the gods have relationships with each other that are not always sometimes are more well known, sometimes are not known, and it varies. Things happen between them, and you don't really know much about the Dawn War, so you're not really sure what happened there.
We know that Pelor was at a meeting with Arathis. Grumbar's sentencing. It was him, and Moradin and Arathis, and Akadi. I can imagine. I know there is no room, no space for me or her grace to make any inroads with Pelor. I don't know.
Oh, just saying. All we have to do is get this kid to willingly be teleported along with me. That's all that needs to happen. We just need to convince him that teleporting with me somewhere is an acceptable thing. Because I don't really know this kid. That's where I'm at.
You fought against him. That's...
Yeah, I fight a lot of people, but like, I mean, I don't know this kid, but I know all of you and I know the people you care about. And I don't know what Matron of Vengeance is going to do, but she called herself the Matron of Vengeance. So someone's going to get the short end of the stick here. So unless we can come up with a third option, that's us kicking the matron's ass. I'm gonna, I mean, we could probably talk a kid into saying I could teleport with that guy I fought with that one time. He seemed pretty trustworthy.
I feel weird about leaving Limerick. I feel strange about coming all this way. And I know we're being called. But I feel weird leaving after
We're not leaving Limerick.
gone
This
this
is.
far.
We can do both.
Well, if we have
We've got 24 hours. That's plenty of time.
less.
16.
Less. 16 hours.
Ah, fuck. Excuse my French.
There was...
What?
It was
Giant.
at midnight when she came to me in the dream. Again, I made the decision at the time not to wake you. Because there
Oh.
was no way we could do this.
We can't get to the kid. There's not enough time. I can't teleport to him and teleport him out. We can't get to Manta. The only person who could is maybe Halora. We can't get to him and get him over. We just, unless we get the fucking everything we need to get him there, we need the necklace, which Limerick took, then we could plane shift.
We could also get help. We could get Nissa to teleport us there. I know it's not a good plan, but saying that we can't isn't quite accurate.
Why is it? I think we need to ask ourselves, why are we being asked to get this child for a god? Why can't she get him? Why now? Why would she leave it for 24 hours?
My sense
Is it to
that
pull us away from something, or because she's just now figured out that she can't do it?
I think she very well could do it. There's a reason she came to me. I made the deal. I am the high priestess of her usurper. She is in pain. And she wishes to make others feel pain.
But when does that stop? Maybe if we bring her this kid, it stops for us, but maybe not.
She promised the brands would go. So our fealty will be done, but the pain of us, what we had to do, will not. There is no way that my life is more important than anyone else's. My life
But
is
it's not
equivalent.
just your life. It's not just your life, Neppy.
I know.
It's not just your life.
I know. I know.
I have a few possible options. I
Anything.
think. If we assume that she has 24 hours for a reason, there is a scenario where solving the puzzle here of what is going on grants us enough information to make a better decision.
Yep.
Second thought. We have promised to bring a boy to Manta. We have not been told that we are not allowed to bring other people, and we have not been told that we are not allowed to stay and make sure that nothing bad happens to them to the best of our abilities. And that may be out of our ability, but that also, it might be something to consider. But I don't want to bring a boy.
I know. First question, then.
I mean,
Do we step outside this room and keep going till we find Limerick?
I think most important about this place is that Halora must know something about what's happening here. And
Yes.
I completely agree with Kokanee. If we knew a little more about what's happening, we could make our decision better, and maybe we could come up with some way to undo or counterdo. You know what I mean? Like, we are going in very blind right now trying to make decisions, but the answers may be here.
My third option that I had, is a little bit crazy, but the third thought was maybe we find a way to talk to Pelor. Like actually to him. If we're lacking information about what is going to happen, and she desperately needs his chosen, or a valued member of his clergy, there may be a reason that he might be able to explain.
We'd need the Sun Speaker for that.
That is the other thought.
Cato's father. I am in agreement with letters, for what it's worth. Halora seems to have intrinsic knowledge about the divine and the arcane. There is no way that she has not investigated that tower across from where the entrance to her house is. So we are asking for both our friend and for her aid.
No harm in asking. Maybe she doesn't get a lot of visitors. She could be stoked.
Certainly gives us a reason for why we've been traipsing through her house.
Yeah, we know a lot of stuff. We're value. We got 2 high priests, a chosen. Look, we have a lot to offer. Let's not undersell ourselves. Anyone would be lucky to have an alliance with us. We don't know what Limerick did, but let's just we go through that portal. We go through another portal. We're already figuring out that the portals loop around. We've made a whole lap. We are making progress. We're on the cusp of something. There was something in that last room that was smart enough to throw something back through the thing. So there's, yesterday there was at least a thinking thing in that room. So we got to keep going forward. We got to keep going forward.
Yana?
Stuck on
Can't-
why.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
We go forward. I'm just stuck on why.
I know.
I think that we collect information. Because right now, all of our options are approachingly unlivable. And that's all we've got. We're here for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can do a lot in 16 hours.
Well, this is going to have to be the best 16 hours of our life. Or it's about to be the worst 16 hours of our life.
I would rather spend it with no one else. And I am so grateful for all of you.
But, all right, let's do this. I cast bonfire in the living room and head towards the door.
Okay.
As soon as Callie stepped out of the door, she would check if her sending stone worked.
Whoa, we're not out there yet. Resistance on folks, maybe a little bit.
As soon as the door opened.
Yeah,
Okay,
resistance
okay.
on whoever's the first person at the
So you
door.
step out, and you go to use your sending stone. Hello?
Somewhere safe for the next few days. And not
Okay.
not tell me where it is.
All right.
You and Jar. The safest place you can possibly get.
Okay.
The matron is called.
I understand. Promise me you'll be safe.
Yeah, it's not me I'm worried about.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
You see in the chamber, the golems have nearly fully reformed. You can see the stone almost up to the neck. It's not quite fully reformed at the moment. And you see the wall is once again that kind of opaque glass.
Everybody shoot it from a distance. Fireball, fireball. Not fireball. Fire.
It'll take kind of the
Okay.
next 10 minutes as you all blast it. And again, shatters and reforms that archway.
Go, 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 go.
Okay. So you step through.
I cast a new bonfire on the golem.
As you step through, you feel, Callie, this room is magnetic, and the next room that you step into is also very magnetic. As you walk down kind of a short set of stairs on the other side, and you see ahead of you kind of an L shape. You can see a door on your right, and there's another one kind of at the end. And you can see you can just kind of see the edges of what looks like maybe a desk, and then it kind of curves around the corner.
Sorry, can you describe that one more time for me?
So
My
sort of
brain
like an
went
L shape.
sideways.
So you come down, kind of step down. You look behind you as the glass behind you forms into kind of a window that's solid. On your right hand side, there's a door probably about 6 feet from you, and then another one probably about 25 feet from that one. On your kind of right hand side, and then the chamber kind of curves to there's an L shape. So there's a corner, and you just kind of see near that corner just the edges of a desk.
You're never gonna guess what I'm about to do, Tim.
With
Guidance.
Check for
Checking
traps.
for traps.
And
Check for
resistance.
traps.
Okay.
Guidance to the other wizard, whoever Kokanee didn't guide.
Thank you.
The 15 for me.
That's 26.
26.
That's what we're talking about.
So as you're kind of looking around, you start to come around the corner, a few things. Letters, you're just sort of drawn, like you kind of get distracted as you look up and you see a figure sitting at the desk kind of look up at you. And you can see what appears to be it looks like stone, but there's kind of a metallic quality about the stone. You can see a figure in very fine robes, kind kind of sitting. He has spectacles on, and you can see his brow furrows. You can see the stone itself kind of moves, almost like a living. There's kind of like a living statue quality to it, but you can see as he kind of raises up, the neck is not entirely attached to the body. It sort of floats somewhat, as well as the hands. You can kind of see the hands, like a hand kind of raise up, and you see the wrist. There is like a little bit of space. Yana, you notice as this is happening, you look, and as you're kind of looking around, your eyes kind of glance to the ceiling. You can see 5 of those iron spheres embedded in the ceiling. As the figure kind of looks up and adjusts its spectacles. Can I help you?
Yeah, hey, how you doing? My name's Letters Blackwater. Can we talk to Halora?
The mistress is... And you see he kind of like reaches down and pulls out a pocket watch. She is sleeping at the moment, but she should wake soon for her autumnal walkabout. Can I ask, what is it that brought you here? I have noticed you have been moving through the rooms unannounced, your presence unknown.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. And I look, and I say to the rest of Blackwater, in my mind, because we did cast that spell,
You did.
I'm just going to be honest with this guy. Does anyone have a problem with that?
No.
Sick. Hey, yeah, we're looking for our friend Limerick. We think he might be here. Changeling fella.
Yes, I am familiar with Limerick. He's in the cloakroom at the moment.
Cloakroom
so
with the
you
bear?
may not see him.
Oh, okay. Where's the what's the? Hey, I'm sorry. My name's Letters. Who are you? What's your name?
I'm the caretaker.
Oh, cool. Like a title.
The caretaker of this house?
The Iron Lyceum.
Ah,
The residence of Mistress Halora.
yes. May I ask what time the mistress is generally available?
And he kind of reaches in again. She will not be awake, likely till this evening, but if you wish to speak with her, you may take a rest in one of our chambers, and she may visit you, if she has the time.
We are on a real time crunch, Mr. Caretaker. We don't want to put anybody out. You know what? Maybe you can help us out because we are terribly lost. We're in a real bind with the equinox and there's all kinds of things happening. We're hoping to have kind of like a intellectual exchange with Halora. We understand she might have a thing or two about what's going on.
Said, if you take a rest, she may visit you.
Oh yeah. What I'm saying is, you seem like a pretty
right
smart
now
guy.
You
seem like a pretty smart guy. Maybe we could ask you what we think, and maybe we don't even have to bother Halora. I think that'd serve all parties present.
Very well.
What's that tower do? There's that.
I am
Halor
not familiar.
sigil.
I do not leave the Iron Lyceum.
That's fair.
How long has this place been here?
I have been here for a few hundred years.
And you are a creation of Halora's or someone who she met?
I would say a creation of sorts, but I have my own thoughts,
Of
I
course.
suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
You said she's asleep now?
Yes, she is working.
Forgive me, I don't understand.
The mistress, she works all of the time. She is in her dream palace at the moment. That's why I said take a rest and she may visit you if she has time.
Oh, because we will share a dream, kind of.
Yes.
Oh, we should have just gone to the room and rested here. That's what. That's really cool, Mr. Caretaker. That's really rad. I just want to say, because I think you had something to do with this house, that I'm a fan of it. I haven't enjoyed going through it, but I think its design is dope as hell. It's pristine. The way it's put together is amazing. And if you had any hand in the way it's maintained or whatnot, you deserve some kind of a raise or a pat on the back or something. I hope you're very proud.
The credit is
cool.
all Mistress Halora. She is.
You're humble too. Wow.
Turn
You
the
meant
magnetism off.
I'm afraid that is a safety precaution. I do not know
Why?
you.
Do you control the magnetism? I thought that was just a mountain thing.
No, it is innate to the mountain, but I am able to control it somewhat, localized.
Oh, cool. That's
I have a question. You mentioned that Limerick was in the cloakroom.
Yes.
May I ask what occurs in the cloakroom?
He is
Oh,
resting for now.
I say in my mind, the map of cloaks. The cloakroom. Is that where you go on the cloak because they kill you? I don't know.
How long has Limerick been here?
Since his return,
And before that, before he left?
his chamber was over there. And he points to a room. Now you see, as you kind of come around the L shape, there are 2 more rooms kind of side by side. So there's 4 rooms in this chamber.
hey, oh no, you go ahead. You go
May,
ahead.
may I see his quarters?
Yes, his effects have been cleaned out, but you may rest there if you like.
I simply wish to look for now.
Very well.
Can I go take a peek at his quarters?
Sure. And you see as you look at the door, it is a solid metal door. There are no handles, but you see he kind of waves his hand and the door opens.
Is it like a cell on the inside? What's it like in there?
Now you look in and you see one of the rooms that you saw in the Misty Cube. Looks like a simple, comfortable room. The temperature's quite nice. You can see there is a hearth, but no fire. And you can see the kind of bed lined with furs. You see the wash basin. There is a kind of a dresser, things like that.
Limerick borrowed something from me without asking.
Yes, his effects were confiscated when he decided to try and kidnap Miss Kindry.
And who is Kindry?
She is a ward of Mistress Halora.
A ward?
Is she that lovely young lady with the pinkish hair?
How do you know that?
We went into the cube room with the cubes that
The
you could
cellar.
see into. Yeah.
Yes, that is Miss Kindry.
How long has she been here?
She has been here for the last 26 years.
Oh my. She a relative of Halora's? Or
No. Halora bought her when she was a child.
fun. Buying people. Who'd she buy her from?
From my knowledge, her parents.
Oh, wow.
Where is Kindry from?
Kindry is from Ankarad in the Marinora archipelago, a fishing village just outside of Ankarad.
Why did she buy her?
Her parents. She is special. Her parents hoped that Mistress Halora could cure her.
Is she
Of what?
ill?
I am not sure, but Miss Kindry only sleeps.
Oh.
Neppy, do you have anything you'd like to share with us in your brain?
Maybe the body's not for Halora. Maybe it's for Kendry. That's what I say in my head.
Hey, did Kendry and Limerick ever talk to each other? Because she is always asleep, by the way you put it.
Not
Does
that
Kendry
I'm-
live in the Dream Palace? Is that where Kendry spends her time? Because she does the sleeping.
Yes, Mistress Halora does have contact with Kindry in the Dream Palace.
Does Limerick hang out in the Dream Palace too?
I am not sure. I have never
Oh.
asked him.
Yo, this place. Oh, this. Whoa.
But forgive me, caretaker. It seems that we are. I would like to be clear about what you are suggesting our current options are. You are suggesting that we take a rest here to potentially have the opportunity to communicate with the mistress if she has the time.
Yes, I would imagine she may be interested in speaking with folks who have been traipsing through her residence unannounced.
Forgive us, there was no other option. We're on a bit of a time crunch, as Mr. Blackwater said.
I guess I do that.
It is that, or I will have to ask you to leave. I can escort you out.
Well, I mean, the good news is we've met you, so now next time we come by, we can announce ourselves. The old sending. But I think we maybe head over to the Dreamland and see what Miss Halora has to say.
Is there any... Oh,
Mistress
go ahead.
Halora.
Go
Forgive
ahead,
me,
Kelly.
Mr. Caretaker.
In my brain. Are any of you nervous about going to sleep in Halora's palace? Limerick has been here for years.
Terrified.
What is to say that if we go to sleep in her palace, she can't just keep us here if she pleases?
Perhaps not all of us. Perhaps not all of us go.
I definitely want to go. This sounds really cool.
I would like to go. However, I understand that there is a risk, but I at this point, right this second, I don't believe we have a better option.
It's either that or
And
we
I believe
leave.
that this is what we need.
There's no
It's
chance
very bad.
that the Matron of Vengeance was really Halora in disguise because she's a dream wizard now.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just checking.
What about this?
It would be a good way to get us out of here, though.
What about this?
Apparently not.
It's not working very well.
Myself?
Are you talking to us with your voice or your brain? Because if it's your brain, you have to touch your brain.
You have to.
This.
I'm sorry, that's a thing now. I feel like we're like when in Critical Role when they grab their ears when they're talking on the earpieces. We're now.
It's like Professor X.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
exactly what
Go
it
down,
is.
Mr.
gang.
President.
Kelly, would you like to stay in or out?
In is in the dream and out is out of the dream.
Yes.
We can keep Clack out, and if anything happens, he can poke us really hard.
Technically,
I can.
we're just
Ah.
sleeping. Yana, in or out?
Part of me thinks we should do it together. It doesn't work out so well when we split up.
Summon
Clack
your
too.
bird to watch over us as well. That way, it's Clack and the bird, and they can be friends. And your little Wiggles can also keep watch.
Will Callie be able to let us?
I mean, if I don't fucking know, as long as she doesn't try to charm her.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, if it doesn't work, then that's one more person watching over us, which that doesn't
We-
upset me.
We all have pertinent information. We all have perspective, and I think all of our voices are worth a seat at whatever table Halora has.
Okay, everybody, cuddle puddle. Mr. Caretaker, we'd love to take you up on your offer. This room here.
Would it be our associate? This is Clack.
Hi.
Clack. In my brain, out.
I guess I'll stay out. I'll stay out.
Thank you,
Are you
Clark. You're a
sure?
hero.
Yeah.
know if I want to leave Clack alone.
No, it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Give him the owl.
Okay.
I think, frankly, we were leaving all of us alone. Sorry.
You're not wrong.
Thank you.
I don't
Who
think
do you want me to
Clack-
wake up first if shit goes sideways?
Callie.
Okay. Deal.
Before we go in, I'm gonna kneel down with Clack quickly. I'm gonna take my sending stone off, and I'm gonna give it to Clack.
Okay.
If Kamea calls me, wake me up the moment it happens.
You got it.
Yes, we get cuddly.
Clack, I know you have Clack, I know you have your wand or your staff.
No, you can't do that.
Can I give you something else? If
I
things
mean,
go
sure. I don't know how long you guys are going to be asleep. It'll take me a bit to attune to something.
just in case.
Sure.
I'm gonna give him my sickle.
Sick.
Snuff. It's powerful. It will keep you safe. It's nasty if you make it longer. Have fun.
Okay.
Kind of takes it, spins it around, hooks it on his belt.
How's he wearing the sending stone? I just want to know.
Yeah, he's put it on.
Oh, sweet baby.
Those of you who wish to sleep, I would encourage you to get comfortable. This will only take a second.
Okay.
I lie down.
Okay. You see he kind of waves his hands, and you see a kind of purple light in what you thought was just kind of a lantern in the roof. You see kind of it illuminates with a bright kind of purple light, and you can see what looks like Saracite as he casts the spell into the lantern, as you all kind of feel this wave of sleep all fall over you. Clack is standing just outside the room as you all just fall into a deep sleep. You all wake up inside of a similar chamber as the one you are in now, inside this dream, as you kind of look around at each other.
Talk in our heads.
You go to talk in your heads, and it just comes out of your mouth.
Okay.
I just want to say,
Oh,
whatever
'cause
we
we're in our
do
head.
here, we should not try to fight Halora in this realm.
No.
Kind of no matter what things go, we're going to go diplomacy.
Of course.
Cool. This is the place to be diplomatic in Garrier.
And this is assertive diplomacy over aggressive diplomacy, I would say. Persuasion rather than intimidation.
I just have a question now that we're here. Do you think we can just wake up on our own accord?
I have absolutely no idea.
Laura, are you here?
You feel the ground beneath you kind of...
Yes.
You feel the whole chamber start to move, slow at first, and then begins to pick up speed as you all kind of hold on. You all feel the chamber slide to the side very, very quickly and then come to an abrupt stop. And you watch as the roof above you opens up, and you see like it moves into another chamber as it rotates. You watch as the whole chamber rotates as you start to walk on the wall, as you come down into a staircase that opens into a almost mind-bending chamber. You see marble floors beneath you extend out and fully around as the marble continues up the walls in this spherical room. And you watch in the center, there is a large cube that is all sides are a bookcase jammed with books. And you can see things orbiting around it of various shapes and sizes, mostly small objects, but some like tiny objects, all just orbiting around it. And you watch from across the room, a figure walks towards you along the wall and down, coming towards you, and you can see floating over her shoulder a quill and a parchment just writing next to her head. And you can see on the floor there's also arcane runes everywhere. And you watch as this tall figure, you can see quite striking, muscular build. You can see she's wearing a long flowing kind of grayish robe. You can see silver white hair kind of pulled back into, there's braids on either side and then kind of a larger braid down the center. She has piercing blue eyes, you can see from here.
Like Kokanese blue, like Arathis blue?
Similar, but not quite the same.
Okay.
And you can see as she walks over, her stride is quite strong as she kind of glides across the floor. But you can see as she gets a bit closer, you can see that the age in her face. She looks fairly old, but she moves like someone much younger.
Same face as the Warforged?
You can see those strong angular features.
There we go.
So, what are you doing in my house?
Well, hi, we're Blackwater. We met a fella named Limerick not too long ago, became pretty endeared to him. And we kind of made a promise to him that we'd help him get this lady that he was infatuated with. And we're kind of sticklers for promises. So we recently found out that Limerick is having a hard time. So we came looking for our friend Limerick, understanding that he was in some kind of distress, found your amazing home, and figured that there might be a little more to the story than we understood. So we've been digging around hoping that we could meet you. And that's brought us to this point. Did I miss anything, team?
Up to this point, no.
That's why we're here. I'm Letters Blackwater. Callie, do you want to say something?
I think you covered it all.
Okay.
Unless you have any questions for us.
Yes, Limerick is here. He decided to come back. I'm not sure why. He seems infatuated with Kindry. And he tried to kidnap her. And I can't have that. So I put him in solitary confinement, hoping he would come to his senses. But he seems pretty set on leaving with Kindry. So for the time being, he is staying where he is. But if you can convince him to leave, you're more than welcome to.
Cool.
We met your caretaker. What a lovely fellow.
Thank you.
He's very kind and very informative. It was quite a treat to speak to someone as courteous as him. I am High Priestess Nepentha, Lightkeeper.
A pleasure. Halora Ionis.
May we
Okay.
sit? Oh, sorry.
Aye.
Go ahead, darling.
Kokanee Lightkeeper.
Kind of bows her head. It's fine. You don't have to introduce yourself. Whatever you feel comfortable doing.
Hey, Halora. So tomorrow, I'm really down to talk to Limerick. I want to get to that, but just while we're here, I'd love to pick your brain because tomorrow's the equinox.
As you're speaking, you've asked for a chair. You watch her kind of wave her hand, and a chair just appears under, like the stonework kind of melds underneath and around you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
We're associates of some pretty influential beings. And we understand that we've come into some information that there might be someone gunning for Pelor on his big day tomorrow. And just with that, we found that sigil in that
The tower.
tower that you got outside your Mercury Lake there. So we're just wondering if you knew anything about that, or what the significance of this particular equinox is going to be.
Well, there is a significance with every equinox. What do you know of Pelor?
I'm not even from this plane, so you could talk to me like a 5-year-old. I mean, I know God of law and light and time, and an unforgiving gentleman at that.
As I can imagine you understand, my goddess has some history with the Dawn Father. And I have come into some information that is very pertinent to us, and what will be of the utmost importance is to understand, potentially, the importance of this equinox. It was as both a follower of a goddess and also a student, I would say, of religions. It has always been curious to me as to why there is not more prevalence of Ayun. So my curiosity was piqued immensely, stumbling upon that tower.
He kind of smiles a bit. The tower is important, I believe, to Ayun. It belongs to someone who is close to her. The tower belongs to a man named Aegis.
We've met.
Really? When?
Really. About a month and a half ago.
We were there when he died.
Yes.
On Manta, in the God's tomb, the tomb of the Raven Queen.
Yes.
Really?
Really.
Hey, you know about the Matron of Vengeance?
No.
Because that's who's gunning for. You don't know about the Matron of Vengeance? Oh,
No, I don't.
Holy shit! I thought you'd know everything.
Sorry, Halora, you have many thoughts racking through your brain, and
Making an insight check.
May I as well, Tim?
29.
Insightful.
It's 24.
You can both tell she does not particularly hide it. Aegis is somebody who is important to her, and hearing of his death is affecting her.
Forgive my pause. I know what grief looks like.
Yes. Aegis is my mentor. He would never tell me the cause of his death. He knew that it happened. But now I know too. And it seems like I cannot change what has already happened. And that is disappointing.
We found him like that.
Yes. How did he die?
How long do you have?
We have quite a bit of time in here. Time passes a bit differently in the Dream Palace, as in all dreams.
That's great.
Oh,
That's such good news. That's
That's
such
the
good
best news
news.
all day. Okay.
Still remaining attuned to it, I take the amulet off my belt and I put it on the table in front of her. I would regale her with the story of what drew, I wouldn't probably throw in Velsum or the seals or anything like that. Would say we found ourselves in Manta, discussed going through the Raven Queen, would discuss what happened with the Nightwalker, and discuss what would happen when we stumbled into the room with the sarcophagus in it.
Okay. Do you mention all of the rooms in the Tomb of the Raven Queen?
Hell yeah.
I do.
It's an episode of Chatwater for this, for
Okay.
Halora here.
So she seems fascinated. And you can see as she's like watching this happen, the quill is just like going nonstop. And she goes, he has told me of the study.
Yes.
And he promised to take me there, I believe this year.
I've been there. We all have.
Careful reading the books.
Yes, very careful.
I can only imagine. That is incredible. I'm extremely jealous. But if what you've told me is true, I'm not sure exactly what the Raven Queen's issue with Pelor is. I know some of the history, but only pieces.
Anything you know would be helpful at this point because we too are grasping at straws.
I know that during the siege of Manta, a call was put out. It is written about in several histories. None of the gods answered the call. That could have something to do with it.
So she is seeking her vengeance on the pantheon that abandoned her.
Perhaps.
Do you follow Ayun?
One does not follow Ayun. Ayun is in all things. Every bit of knowledge is a prayer to her. I believe she has figured out the way to become eternal as a god or a goddess. As long as things are known, as long as stories are told, Ayun will exist. But she does not seek praise in the same way that other gods do. Merely a presence.
In my head, I can't do that.
You
I'm gonna look. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
you had mentioned something in passing about that you knew vaguely the importance of every solstice. Had you not?
Yes. It is the one day a year I get to see Aegis.
Oh.
Where do you see Aegis?
In his tower. He was a very gifted mage. He is a very gifted mage, and I believe he was the first to discover chronomancy. But in his discovery and experimentation, he slipped out of the time stream.
Hence his epithet. The displaced.
Yes.
Ah.
And he bounces along his own timeline forever, experiencing moments out of place, jumbled. But as long as I've known him, which is many, many years. Every equinox, he appears in that tower. And so I go there to learn from him all day.
Halora, I'd like to put something on the table, and I think we need your help. And I know that is a large ask after traipsing through your house unannounced. I can see this relationship forming through us as mutually beneficial.
What is your proposal?
Hey, real quick, wait, just before we get into a proposal, there's just something I have to ask.
Go ahead.
We came across that guy with the eye missing and the hand bound up in the binding circles. I just have to ask, what's that guy's deal? We didn't talk to him much at all. He seemed like bad business, but
I call him the Inquisitor. He came here some time ago, seeking Aegis. He ambushed us on an equinox, but we managed to overcome him, and I took him prisoner. And he has been my prisoner ever since. He has occasionally come in handy when I have come up against a block in my research. But I have found it's best to keep him here where I know he cannot do any more damage.
Especially with what he carries on him.
Precisely.
does the information he gives, is it actually good?
Yes. But it is playing with fire.
Does
Cool.
he, when we didn't talk to him much, if you present him with a secret, do you get to choose what you're asking him for answers, or does he just present anything to you that he feels?
You may ask him for something, a question answered. Sometimes he is forthright, sometimes it is more cryptic, but he is a conduit for many dark secrets.
Well, that seems like the best possible reason to have that guy in your house. Cool.
He has his purpose.
The
Did you
sorry.
exchange a secret with him?
No. We threw acid on the thing and got out of that room.
I admit I was curious for a moment, and then...
Of course. It's only natural.
And then it hit me what, or who, his alignment is towards, and
Yes.
there was no more curiosity needed on my part.
I believe Vecna to be the antithesis of Ioun. If knowledge is the gift of Ioun, secrets are the antithesis of knowledge.
Oh, damn.
Is it logical?
When we were looking in the tower, we didn't understand what we were looking at. What is the smaller hourglass upstairs for?
It is a spell component.
For what?
The sphere of Aegis is a spell where one can manipulate an isolated space and turn back time in a very small space. I believe it's the key to accessing the study.
Hey, I got to be real with you. I found half a spell scroll in there, and I took the hourglass. They're just on my body. I can give that to the caretaker. we've just got a habit of taking things when we find them, adventuring. You know how it is.
Appreciated.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
We didn't have the whole story.
That's why
I should have probably locked it up.
The key
Safer.
you have. That is on that desk as well.
Yes,
You know what that's for, right?
I do. That, even if you had taken, I can bring back to my possession quite easily.
I have one of my own.
Ah,
In the mold.
you're aware of the Order of the Key, then?
Yes. I knew of someone.
Ah,
Yeah, we have friends in the order.
We do.
that is intriguing. In my travels, I have sought them out, but they have been elusive.
What if I... And perhaps here comes my proposal. I'm gonna tell her of... Actually, before I tell her anything about the branding tattoos on my back and why they're there,
Mhm.
in the sake of Blackwater, can I get a vibe check? Please.
Sure. An insight check.
This is a vibe check, but
Roll
yeah.
vibe.
I'm rolling for vibes.
Vibes.
26.
26. She seems to be just devouring all of the knowledge that you're giving her. She seems fascinated by all of it. You're not particularly sure of her intentions with it. She just genuinely seems curious as to who you are and why you're here. And the information that you're giving her is intriguing to her, so she wants to know more.
Halora, I have never been one for secrets. When asked by your Inquisitor if I had any, I plainly told him I have none. To which he taunted back, everybody has some.
I'm inclined to agree with him, but I see where you're coming from.
I would like to help you with what I can in pursuit of your knowledge and in some way your faith, which is something I understand. And I would like help from you. I think we would like help from you. Because there is something very, very bad in the works. And we don't know how to stop it.
I will hear your proposal. There is perhaps something you can help me with. But I am afraid my research at the moment is of utmost importance. And I do not have all the time in the world.
What are you researching?
I have followed in my mentor's footsteps in chronomancy. I have extended my own life, but even still, I am nearing the end of this vessel. She kind of indicates to her own body. And I'm afraid if I die, it would be calamitous to those I care about.
we saw the body.
Yes. Yes.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. I had some help.
From who?
A warforged. His name was Etcher.
That's Emma, not Neppy.
He came into my life somewhat recently. I had found his body some time ago. Many years ago.
Hmm.
But not fully understanding who or what he was, I had put him in storage. And then roughly 7, 8 months ago, perhaps, he walked out of my attic.
Understandable.
And he was a generous teacher, and I learned quite a bit from him.
Is that why you speak high tongue?
Yes. You know of high tongue?
Three
I
of us
do.
do.
As does.
It's saying high tongue.
I suspected you with your amulet that you wear. You must be a follower of Arathis. Yes?
Yes.
Oh, he's the follower. You're talking to high priest, Kokanee Lightkeeper, the
He
temple
doesn't
and
like
the,
to brag.
the two existing and functioning temples on the planet he built himself, his design, put the bricks on the ground.
Put little cogs on each brick.
That's I wouldn't have said it that way, but those are not infactual statements.
Don't have to be modest, darling.
You must know of the ancient Caraxian Empire, then, yes?
Yes.
Know them. We've met them.
The
We've-
Warforged Etcher was a companyman of a dear friend of ours.
So you say you've met them?
Well, one.
Ah,
Two.
The Warforged.
No, we've met a member
We
of
have
the
met a
Caraxian
Caraxian.
Empire.
Oh, yes.
Did you ever hear about Torin Blackwater? He's who we got our name from.
no.
Was Etcher's captain.
There was Blackwater, though. That name is familiar. I have heard that name before. In the village I grew up.
Where
Where
did
was
you
that?
grow up?
I grew up in Telekov. It's a small village north of the mountains, across the Sound. It's very far north. It is in Garyang.
Torrens Etcher's group was stationed at the Whistle on the western side of Garyang.
Yes, that's where I found him. He, as I said, he was a great mentor to me. And he helped me, he taught me much. But he was insistent on avenging his fallen comrades. And he went to seek out the giant Morosvike.
Oh,
Oh no.
he fell.
Yes.
Oh, goddess grace.
And you can see a tear kind of roll down her cheek.
Fuck, I hate that I don't hate her right now.
My retrievers brought back most of his body, but I could not fix what had been done.
Morosvike has been defeated.
That is good to hear. I have never... I thought about confronting him myself.
Her.
Her. But the risk was too great. And my life is too important to me.
Where do you get the aerolite?
Well, I had an arrangement with a gnomish town, but that ended some time ago.
Oh my god.
Do you know
Yes.
Nessa?
I'm familiar with Nissa Timbers, yes.
You two get along. I feel like you two would get along.
I don't know. She kind of rubs people the wrong way sometimes.
yes.
I get it if you don't.
She did not have much time for me.
I
Oh,
get
she
it.
didn't have much time for us either.
I think I'm like friends with her now, but like still
I
working
didn't know
on
she
it.
had friends.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't think she does either. I don't think she knows if she has friends or not.
We're working on it.
But it has been a scarcer resource since. But I had stocked up quite a bit. And I have used quite a bit now. Etcher helped me understand how to build with it and harness its power.
Why was Limerick here?
I bought him when he was a boy.
From whom?
I bought him at a slave market in Bacall. I recognized his abilities, and I knew that if I did not buy him, he would go to someone else who would exploit him. But I'll admit I was curious, and I had my own research pursuits, so I brought him into my home. And I cared for him. Not in the most motherly way, but I looked after him. And I believe I discovered where his abilities come from. Changelings, as you may or may not know, are extremely rare. But I believe I have discovered the root of it. When a doppelganger supplants someone and continues to live their life, has their children, it can infuse its own essence into a bloodline. I'm not exactly sure the conditions that need to be met for a changeling to be born, but there are other races that have similar properties where it lies within a bloodline, and I find it fascinating. But I was able to understand further his abilities, and I used it to enhance some of my own arcane knowledge.
Buying children.
Pardon?
Buying children.
I have not bought many children, only 2.
I've not bought any children.
You have not?
No.
Why would you?
I don't know why anyone would.
Yes, well, unfortunately, that is the reality of this world. And I would prefer to buy him than kidnap him.
Hey, let's talk about your ward. So she has never woken up, huh?
No.
And you're looking to fix that because she is special in some way.
I cannot fix it. Kindry has told me many times she will wake up when she is ready.
Oh. What's she waiting for?
I do not know. She is similar to Limerick in some ways, something in her bloodline. I believe it is a race of beings called the Quarry. But I'm afraid I have been unable to find almost anything about them. But she has taught me how to do this. And I have been yes. And ever since I have been able to work nonstop.
Oh.
I can work while dreaming and awake.
Hey. Now you go ahead. This will keep.
If it's on the same subject, you should continue. I've got more questions.
Hey, I don't know much. Let me ask you this. Is your ward, does she want to go with Limerick?
I do not know.
Have you asked her?
I have not. She has told me that she is not ready to wake up. And when Limerick left, I allowed him to escape.
If she's not ready to do something, all I'd love to talk to her, because if she wants to go, then maybe you letting her go with Limerick could be the thing that she needs to do to make her okay and wake up. I mean, we could all want the same thing here.
Can you tell me what else you know about Kindry? You bought her too, right?
Yes. Her parents did not know how to care for her. They were desperate fisher folk, and I offered to take her off of their hands. I recognized that there was something special about her, but I had no idea just how special she was. I have never found another one like Kindry. I have met other changelings. I believe that there are others like her out there. She calls herself a Kalashtar. And she has told me on a few occasions that she has met others who come into her dream palace. But I have never met them. I am only permitted in her palace when she allows it. Kindry is... She has never had or known human contact other than myself and the visiting Kalashtar that she has met. It took a long time for her to trust me and to let me in.
How is Limerick in love there then?
Perhaps she let him in. I don't know the nature of their relationship. I am not privy to it, but it is possible that she let him in and they shared some connection in their dreams. I will say, if Kindry wishes to speak to you when we are done, she will summon you.
Does she know we're here?
Probably.
You have a bassinet in your storage room.
Yes.
What do you know of it?
I know it's not from here, and that's
Yes.
about it. It was a
I see.
gift
From whom?
from another mage I met some time ago.
May I ask the name?
And she kind of like flips her hand up to the bookshelf as it kind of like you watch like 3 books kind of fly out and open up as she kind of like looks through. His name was Roland. He was a traveler. I did not know much about him, but he thought it might interest me, knowing my arcane pursuits.
Did Roland know anything about it? Or was he?
No, he had found it in the desert.
I see.
Ah. Desert?
Yaman-K Desert?
When?
I don't believe so, no. It was some time ago. This is a few hundred years ago.
How, if you don't mind me asking, how
He
old
gave
are
it
you?
to me. I'm not sure how long
Sorry.
before that he had found it, or how long it had been in the desert.
How old are you?
I am nearly 500 years old.
Do you know why the lake is made of mercury?
I put it there
Why did you put it there?
to keep people out.
It's quite effective.
Yes.
Evidently not effective enough.
Unless you're stubborn.
Why are you still in this body?
I haven't fully mastered the ability to put myself in the other body.
Do you mind telling me about that?
She kind of looks at you. I only have one chance to do it. And if I fail, I will die. And because of that, many others may die too. They will die.
You say many others. Who is that?
It is not.
Oh.
Halora, I want you to understand that
Make a persuasion check for me.
Can I help?
Do you
But I
have
am-
proficiency in persuasion?
No, but
help?
I want
I
to say
do.
I
something.
So
do.
do I.
Laura, I want you to understand that, like you, we're just looking to understand.
If one of you wants to try to say something to help him, this is your opportunity.
Can I, even though I don't have proficiency?
You can't. You can say something, but
I can say it?
You can absolutely
Okay.
say it.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do. There's something you have to do, isn't there? That you haven't done yet, and you have to stay alive for?
Something along those lines.
Your work's not done.
Maybe you don't have to shoulder the burden of that alone. As I said, maybe there are ways we can help each other.
She kind of looks at all of you. From my understanding, I don't think any of you will be alive long enough to deal with what I have to deal with.
One of us might.
You want to make that persuasion check?
Make that persuasion. Sure.
Does he get to make it with advantage?
Sure.
So I have a +0 to persuasion.
You also have all your luck points back.
I do have all my luck points back.
And advantage.
And advantage. So good news, it's a 16, which is pretty good. Bad news, it's just a 16 because I can't do pretty good.
All right. She kind of looks at you. I grew up in Telekov. And I left when I was a young woman. I have always known that I have had arcane gifts since I was young. I nearly died after I left and crossed the ice. I came over to the Ferric Peaks. I was attacked. And the last thing I remember was bleeding out on the side of the mountain. And when I awoke, I was in the Tower of Aegis. That day, Aegis took care of me, and then he was gone. So I came back. I spent that whole year there, waiting for him to come back. And sure enough, on the next equinox, he was there. After that, I began to travel, and I traveled the world. Sometime later, I returned to Telekov. And the village I had grown up in had been destroyed. But I don't know why. Something had killed all of them. and left behind a mass grave. So I spent the next 20 years figuring out a way to turn back time. With Aegis's help, I managed to do that. But I overshot. And I set the clock back 500 years. I have had to keep myself alive. As the town grows, I have to be here. I have to be there when whatever happened to them comes again. So I can avert it this time.
How long?
I still have some time to go.
How long?
By my estimation, at least another 60 years. Aegis has helped me, and I've been able to slow the effect of time on my own body quite a bit. But the spell is not perfect. The magic is powerful, and I have no taste for lichdom.
Understandable.
It's good news, at least.
It's comforting to hear.
Yes. And when Etcher came into my life, I found another opportunity. And with his help, he helped me design a new body. And after he died, I took
Mish.
parts of him so that I could carry him forward, so that he could live on in some way.
What? I know that you only get one shot at a new body. But what are you waiting for?
I don't know. Whatever attacked the town,
Mm-hmm.
I have to be there to stop it, or else they have to live through that horror once again.
No, I understand. I mean, what? You're going to step into that body at some point between now and then.
Yes.
What is stopping you from doing it now?
I have to know that it will work.
How will you do that?
I haven't figured that out yet.
You said you needed help with something. We're on a terrible time crunch, so I can't promise anything. But hey, out of character, have we told her about our
Nope.
time crunch?
No.
Nope.
I feel like we should.
We did. We were going to, and then we went this way, and we're looping
okay.
back. We're looping
I
back.
think I sort of imagine that as
back.
the
looping back.
end piece. We're just collecting everything first.
We're looping back.
Yeah, because I don't think I got anything else to ask.
I think I'm about good. Oh,
Okay, Emma,
shit, no,
you
I've
want
got-
to loop back?
So I've got one last one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Go.
I just want to ask all the questions. She knows so much. What is that pool for?
The healing bath?
I mean,
Oh, I guess that answers.
Off the testing grounds?
yes.
It's a healing bath. Did you trigger the trap?
For sure we did.
We
Yes.
disarmed it.
Yes. Well, I have a failsafe in case I find myself in the company of intruders like yourselves. That, when triggered, it turns the healing bath into something that zaps the person in the tub of their energy.
I touched it.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you do that?
Because when
Look.
we seeded it, looked like white water.
Ah. Yes, well, because it does have healing properties. Which
Hey,
is
was it you?
amplified.
Was it your idea to do the upside down drawer filled with all those ball bearings?
Yes.
Because that was very funny. Like the fact that it's locked is just,
Of course.
it's so good.
I like to think I have a handle on how thieves think.
Hey, I gotta ask. We've been on a time crunch. What's in the drawers by the lava room? The cupboards.
The armory?
Yeah. What's in
Oh.
those cupboards?
It's where I keep prized artifacts, weapons, and some other magical items that are quite powerful.
Oh, hey, you probably got something off of Limerick when you caught him. We have this how would you just a
Talisman of chaos, or the chaos talisman. Yeah,
That's mine.
It's quite useful. I learned
That
quite a
belongs
bit
to
from
us.
that.
Any chance we could get that back?
It's locked up in the armory. I can send the caretaker to get it.
That would be fantastic. Thank
yes,
you so
I've learned
much.
what I can from it.
Do you have anything else that you may have learned, everything you've learned from, that you're like, I get this out of my house? In the armory? I'm asking too much. Hey, Neffy, I think you were gonna propose a proposal.
Let me get this straight. You've broken into my house.
Yes.
You've broken a number of my things.
True.
And now you're asking me to give you a gift?
Yes, actually that is what's happened.
I have been away from civilization for quite some time.
Yeah.
But even I am a little bit surprised.
I think letters means. Letters is as much a student of knowledge as you are fascinated.
Yes, I understand. Perhaps. Perhaps.
Well, I'm just once Neppy tells you what she's got to tell, you might understand my interest in things that can kill a god.
Darling, I'm gonna give Kokanee just like a look, because I have seen the paths of conversation that he's walking, and I feel like I know where he's going with it, but I wouldn't want to offer something for him without his blood. Now, we came here under pretense to rescue our friend. We met Limerick while he was being carried away by some giants. And he spoke of you. And he spoke of Kindry. We were with him for the grand total of a day. But it was a hell of a day. And in the morning, he took my talisman, our talisman, and left with it to come and get Kindry. There were many loves. So, blindly, we came after him. And of course, the situation is more complex. Yes, we barged into your house. But I think for me, something major has shifted. And I can see that we are two groups of people. Yourself and your research. And us in Blackwater, who find ourselves both in need. I'm going to look to Kokanee again, because I don't want to offer something that I can't offer. Darling?
Not 100% sure what
Oh,
you think that
because
I'm
I don't want to
offering.
offer her to help her with the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think you can help her.
I mean,
and I can't.
Okay. Um, Halora, we are in an awful lot of trouble. Yours and ours path has intertwined in many places, maybe without us realizing, but we are standing here with very little time and in an awful lot of trouble. And we need whatever help we can. And I don't know if there's anything that you can do, but we would be foolish not to try to find out. Do you know why Etcher woke back up?
I had heard rumblings in some of my travel, and I suspected that Arathis had come into consciousness once again.
That she did. We stumbled upon Caradoc and found her there. That is how I have ended up carrying her seal. I don't think that there's a scenario where in the next handful of years, if it's been 500 years, I don't know if now you're going to find a way to be certain that your transformation is going to work. But I imagine that the High Priest of Arathis is about as close as you're going to get. To helping guiding a soul into a machine like that. Into a shard of airlight.
Perhaps you're right.
And that is something that I'm willing to offer.
I am intrigued by your offer, considering yourself are not wholly human. She kind of glances at your chest.
That I am not.
I am willing to consider your offer of help.
I slowly start undoing my shirt and pull it aside to show the intertwined clockwork over my heart. I'm not fully human anymore. I was once a slave of Bakal. But we are all currently slaves to something else. And I would shrug my shirt off and turn around to show my scarred torso upon which glow 2 red brands.
What are those?
They are marks of the Matron of Vengeance.
You can see as you say that, like as the sort of tone shifts, you watch as like spell components begin to fly towards her.
I understand.
We all
She
have
does
them.
not control us here, and we offer no risk to you.
Let's get an insight check. Very well. You can see they kind of like float sort of nearby, but they're not kind of immediately on her person.
And I'm mean, she wants more knowledge. I will tell her about everything that happened with Vilsum.
I'll tell her about the deal.
Mhm.
And the new deal? Are we there yet?
And as the new deal,
The
as
new deal.
finishing the story of the deal, the original one.
I knew she would come calling. I just didn't know when. She came to me last night and told me we had 24 hours to bring a boy to Menta. The son of the high priest of Pelo, her chosen from the god's brawl. I can't bring a boy to his death.
From what you've described, it seems like you may not have a choice.
Well, that's what we were hoping you might be able to,
We,
I don't know, give us a third option.
We are, frankly, desperate for a third choice. Because I fear that the two that we currently have may be our ultimate undoing. Either way.
And if your participation in this, research, whatever, knowledge given, if there is any way, I've accessed the study once. I would gladly take you, if in any way possible.
Yes.
And if possible, and if they were willing, introduce you to the Order of the Key.
Well, I have met one order member. Aegis himself was given the task from Ayun. Last time I saw him, he mentioned it.
I brought one back to life. I think he owes me a favor.
Very well. I will do what I can to help you. And I will think we have some time.
Especially here, right?
Yes.
Probably about 15 hours now.
Perhaps. Well, I will need some time to think on this. Perhaps in the meantime, I will send a word to Kindry to see if she will speak with you.
Yeah.
We would appreciate that.
And you see she kind of waves her hand, and part of the scroll kind of rips off and flies through the floor. Some time goes by. As you watch, she's kind of pacing along the walls, like sideways. It's very Inception-like. As you watch a small door appear on the floor. I believe Kindry will see you. When you are done, return here. And we'll see what I have come up with.
Thank you.
And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Oofty, doofty. Oh, God, Chatwater's going to be lit. There's so much lore.
Chatwater's gonna be spicy.
I don't know. I am not going to even. I'm not going to put any lore on the books this week. We're just doing a recap and dive in because I got so much to unpack.
The implications.
Timothy Carlson, what are you doing over there?
There's a Blackwater in her hometown. Also, oh my god.
Like, that's that fucking. Come to Chatwater. We're gonna fucking talk it out. Come to Chatwater, because the implication is that she was there like 500 years ago or whatever the fuck. But that was like fucking like 1700 years after fucking OG
a relative.
Blackwater
A
died.
relative.
I think
What if
it's-
a fucking
Yeah.
relative? What if that's
Yeah.
where they
That was
went?
our
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
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 Ah!
Yeah.
That's where his kids and wife escaped during the
Yeah.
war.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim,
We're going to hell with him.
We're going now.
I can still bring him back. I can bring him back. No, I don't need to.
Well, hey everybody! Thanks for joining us, and staying up so late.
Wow.
Wowie zowie! Come back Saturday for the thrilling next part of this.
Yeah, and come hang out with us
Sorry.
on Monday, where we maybe spend like a good couple hours just theory crafting and diving into this stuff.
And hey, come out tomorrow because Lennon's streaming now. That's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah.
And is there character development this Wednesday?
There is character
Sure
development this
is.
Wednesday,
Mhm.
where
Come on
myself
Wednesday
and
too.
Send us
Gentlemen,
your questions.
please send us your questions, ! Survey in the chat. If you find that you've like already submitted a question and it's not letting you go back,
I fixed it.
oh, bless you. I was just going to say open an incognito browser and you should be fine. Thank you all so much for coming to hang out with us. Well, I think we all got our little lore minds exploded,
Woof.
bleeding on my ears. We love you all very, very much. And thank you for coming to sit at our table. And it's a scary world out there, so don't forget.
Be
safe.
We love you, folks. Good night.
What's going on with CODIS?
CODIS!